All right, where is it? Man, I hate this delay. There it is. All right, cool. So the mic is working again. So I think I figured it out. I have to plug it directly into the computer. I can't put it through my USB extender, which is why half of the videos have been dog shit audio, but that's besides the point. Um, so I'm just gonna keep the live chat on my phone. I think. I don't know. My computer's a bit slow. I'm downloading a really, really big file, so it's gonna be like this for a while. But yeah, I wanted to have people to discuss this with, but nobody's available, so I'm on my own. So just gonna wait for people to come in. Oh God. Oh, that is pretty fast, actually. StreamYard. All right. Jared. All right, cool. So Jared and Aztec, both comments have shown up. Awesome, cool. I don't trust StreamYard all the way. It's kind of iffy, but looks like it's working today. What's up, everybody? So, 3 people watching. All right, it looks pretty accurate. That's pretty good. So yeah, I'm downloading a really big file. It's for an edit that I'm going to be doing. It's coming sometime soon. I might actually scrap it. It's really difficult. It's my Frankenstein versus Godzilla, and it's been really tough because I'm trying to make a fight scene that never happened. So I'm taking clips of King Kong versus Godzilla and clips of Frankenstein versus Baragon, and I'm trying to clip them together in a way that makes it look like a fight, which is very difficult if you've never done it before. So that's happening. So yeah, that's kind of annoying. I use Pinnacle. It was like $50. Big Jack Films uses it as well. He has a better version, but definitely not Toothless. I'm not a big dragon person, but that's just me. So hopefully tomorrow my dual monitor display will actually be functioning, so I'll be able to do actual stuff when I stream. So I use Pinnacle. It's pretty good. Basically, Pinnacle is really slow, and Windows Movie Maker is really fast. So if I need to cut something, I do Movie Maker. But if I need to layer or do green screen key effects, I do Pinnacle. But for this channel, when am I doing green screen? Never. So I don't really use it for that. But when I overlay my little logo on the bottom of the screen, that's Pinnacle. So it's useful. It's good. All right, so I did want to talk about the trailer, so I'm going to get into that. Yeah, I have no clue when it's coming. And now we have people speculating that maybe we won't even get anything until later the year because they're going to delay the movie again. I really hope that's not the case, but I have been wrong before. Plenty of times, actually, I've been wrong. Well, it has been canceled. The film is still set for November, but I think. And yes, Aztec. When you get free stuff, they always have watermarks, so careful of that. But yeah, when it comes to the movie, from what we're hearing about potential extra waves of the virus, we could see films just push everything to next summer, um, which sucks. Well, Comic Con's done. Unless they want to put something, they could put something there, but as of right now, it's done. So they could release something anyway. I was thinking they released a trailer May 1st, which would be next Friday, and Gojira fan Neptunic. Geez, that's a big name. I'm actually kind of on board with that. They just need to release it because there were like New Mutants, for example. They released a trailer for that, and then they said, "Oh, we have to delay it." Like, just get it out there and like let people know that it's a film that's happening. Because if you delay it, or I mean, you can get the word out, but say, "Oh, we have to delay a little bit." People would understand. They released the Black Widow trailer, and I know they pushed that film forward, but people know about it and they expect it, and they're going to go to the theaters in November. So, yeah, they really need to get the word out. But I'm thinking next Friday because tomorrow is the Monsterverse watch along for King of the Monsters, and then that following Friday, so that would be 9 days from today, 8 days from tomorrow, May 1st. It's a good date to release it. My other early-ish date is May 21st, or no, sorry, 29th, because that was the original release date of the movie. It was May 31st, then was it May? Was it? Yeah, or May 3rd, one of the two, and then then they moved it to May 29th, and then they moved it to March, then November. So it's been all over the place, really. But yeah, they're not gonna. What would you think of? Well, Jared, that's what my fan edit's going to be like. It's just going to be, I don't know. It's hard to say how Frankenstein and Godzilla would fight. I mean, it would probably be similar to Kong, but I think Frankenstein is faster, but definitely not as strong as King Kong. But who's in charge of releasing the trailers? That's up to Legend or Warner Brothers, one of the two. It has nothing. Adam Wingard has no say. Thomas Tull, none of the producers have a say. It's up to Warner Brothers, really. Aztec. Yeah, I mean, like I said, you can release a trailer just to let people know you're making a movie. right? I mean, you can still release something because, I mean, it's getting to the point where they had a trailer ready in December, whenever CCXP was. They had that clip. So they have a CG that's probably done at this point. So, like, they're just going to sit on their hands with this movie for a year. Seems nuts. They got to release something. I've been saying too, and some people have said it's crazy, but release it on like Netflix. And I know it's really anticlimactic and all that sucks and whatnot, but who knows how long this is going to go on? You might see a bunch of people start releasing this crap on streaming. Marvel could just say screw it, put Black Widow in the streaming service. But it's a holy mess. And for people asking, the reason I re-uploaded my King Kong Skull Island edit is because the audio in my first version that I uploaded a month ago is really bugging me, so I had to fix it. I was like, oh, that sucks. Can't even hear any of the dialogue. The clips of the humans that I found for that were from this random sci-fi looking B movie I found on YouTube, public domain. So no, it's not, Pierce. It's not doomed if it's. God damn it! I just made a video about this. I don't think that pushing it to 2021 will be because of competition. I think it's because no movie's going to stay in this year if they're going to do that. But no, they're not crowded with competition. I think people would rather see Godzilla fight King Kong over another Bond movie or another Disney movie or another prequel to the MCU. I don't know. I think the MCU is dying, but people disagree with me on that too. But no matter when the movie's out, a trailer makes sense right now. Pierce, if you're on the stream, can I just send you a link so you can join this? If they put GBK on the stream, they just killed it. I know it would kill the MonsterVerse, but sitting on this movie for like a whole year is just annoying. I have no clue though if we'd have to see what everyone else is doing. I mean, this is like an everyday thing. It's like, or every week. It's like, oh, here are the projections. Here's how long we're going to have to keep this locked down or this and that. So I think by summertime, we'll have a good idea. Jesus, Pierce. I'm sending you a link, Pierce. If you're at work, then you shouldn't be watching anyway. I really want some conversation right now. This is boring. Yeah, but still, I don't think that, because here's how I think about it. You agree with me? Like, all right, cool. Here's how I see all this. When it comes to this movie, if you, we have this November release date, then 3 movies jump into the same month, and then we move our date. Like, what? We were here first. They shouldn't have put their movie in November. You know, it's like, I don't know. Sorry, I'll look at the chat in a minute. I just need to. Let me look. I have not been paying attention to Scoob, but it looks pretty bad. Surely this. You know what? Because you're a fan of Tunia, it might be. Do you think Kong will fight Rodan? I want to see that, actually. I made a video about that years ago. That's something I've always wanted to see. Like if they were to and one thing I've wanted from GVK, which, considering how crazy the MonsterVerse is now, we probably won't see, but I wanted a bunch of stuff that was inspired by the original film. And one of the things I wanted was a redo of that scene where Kong's on the cliff and the bird comes down and like tries to take Anne. If they did that scene over, but instead it's Rodan. I like the title Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Yeah, it is pretty exciting. I don't know when that's coming out though. Isn't that also November? Or is that December? I have no clue. Either way, I'm just freaking. I mean, you can't really blame the studio for not knowing what to do, but I would release something. You have finished stuff. Just release something. That's what some people thought the watch along was going to be leading to. And I know Legendary said, "Oh no, that's not gonna. We're not getting anybody's hopes up for this. We're not gonna say we're releasing the trailer." But I mean, it would make sense if they did that. Just saying. Yeah, I would love to see that Rodan Kong fight. This movie's doomed, though. Honestly, it always has been. Actually, I think. Never mind. It doesn't make any sense. I was gonna say it would have been better if they released a film earlier, but no, the worldwide release would have been crap, even early in the year. All right, there's Pierce. Let me get him in there. Oh God, let me move it. There you go. You should edit your avatar. You know how to do that?
Mine? No.
No. It's like on your profile picture and all that. Oh.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. And I miss Google Hangouts.
Why don't we start using Zoom since those are since that's becoming a big thing now?
Yeah. Can you live stream with it?
Zoom. Oh, probably not. You can
Yeah.
record the thing, but
Yeah, but whatever. Motivation to fight Godzilla is Mecha Godzilla because after fighting Mecha G Kong, these creatures are Godzilla. So I actually recorded a video that I'm going to upload maybe tomorrow. I basically kind of inspired by D-Man. I did like my own first act of Godzilla versus Kong, how I would do it, or not really how I would do it, how I think it's going to play out. And I recorded it and I'll upload that, but I won't spoil what I think. The trailer could drop any day, just like the first trailer for King of the Monsters. I don't think we were expecting the first trailer King of the Monsters so early. I kind of did. The film was in a weird spot where they had no good time to release a trailer. Just had to do it early. They need a picture. Just release a goddamn picture. Show us the new Kong look. That's all you got to do. Show us the island. Something.
I thought they
Yeah.
did show an updated promotional one sheet with a beard, didn't they?
Which one? The one from?
Or is that a fan thing?
They have the one official image.
When right, and so all the ones with the updated promotional one sheet picture with
all have a
Kong
beard,
having a
though.
beard, that's just a fan. That's just
They
a
all-
fan edit. Well,
they
it's
all-
a much longer beard to a.
Which one? I gotta find this now.
I don't know. I saw it everywhere, and I was like,
The toy leaks, though,
Okay.
they had. Well, yeah, that's probably no. I think the beard's always been there, but the toy leaks. There was a picture of Kong with a beard and
okay.
Godzilla. Let me find that. I can find that one too. But no, I know what you're talking. No, I think the beard's always been on that picture. I think the reason why we didn't see it earlier is
Okay.
because the text Godzilla versus Kong was like blocking his beard.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Here's a good one. I'll show this one. This is not official. This is a leak, but can I do a window, please? Come on. Yeah, that one right there.
Oh, nice.
That is from that's from the toy leaks. That's I kind of like it. It's cool.
Looks pretty badass.
It does. Oh, I moved it.
So there's something I've been worried about though. This movie was looking like it might end up being a shit show because the short running time isn't like the shortest in the MonsterVerse.
Kong Skull Island was 1:58, so all they said was under 2 hours. So it will be
It's under 2 hours.
Yeah. So technically, it could be longer than Skull Island, but if so, it's like a minute, if anything.
Right. And
Yeah.
they're not only is this supposed to deliver on Godzilla and Kong fighting, right?
Yeah. The aftermath of Godzilla 2.
They're also
That's big.
Exactly. On top of that, they have. I'm sure you're aware of Mechagodzilla being in the movie.
Oh yes, and the new
with
Titan.
The toy leak. Yeah, there's an even newer Titan that we had no idea existed until now.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the previous Titans that were unearthed in Godzilla King of the Monsters, Methuselah and Behemoth and all them folks.
Yeah,
It's looking like a real monster mash, but since the runtime seems to be like it's going to be really short, I'm afraid it might be a shit show.
You know what my hope is, though?
Especially since I don't have
because-
100% faith in Adam Wingard.
No, I do too. And from what I've heard, though, well, early things that I heard from Wingard and other people is that like the whole movie is like monsters the whole time. I'm hoping that they just cut the human action in this movie by like a half or third, because there's really only 5 solid minutes of Godzilla fighting Ghidorah in King of the Monsters.
Mm-hmm.
So, or maybe like 5 or 6, like actual scenes of them. So, like, if they like amped that stuff up a little bit, because people still don't realize that Godzilla still didn't have a bunch of screen time in King of the Monsters, but there was also 3 other monsters. But I think that if
And
they
the runtime was like
2 hours 12
much
minutes,
longer.
if they cut
Yeah.
the human stuff by 10 minutes, then the monster action will be fine. But I don't know if they're going to be able to do that.
Because remember, if this movie is supposed to be just monsters fighting all the way through, they have almost an entirely new cast of human characters to go through.
Right. Yeah, we have
Right? The only
Skarsgård
returning
and
characters.
Jesus.
We only have 3 returning characters
Yeah,
that
we
I'm
have
aware of.
Chen and the Russells,
Chen, the Russells,
which her
right?
twin as well, which we might get more info on that.
Right.
And we also are probably
On
going to
top of
see
that,
Aaron Brooks and Houston Brooks, because Aaron Brooks is still in Skull Island, I think.
right? But that's
So
comic book tie-in stuff, right? I don't know how
still,
much of that will carry into the movie. On top of that, we have a post-credit scene from King of the Monsters. Charles Dance's character with Ghidorah's head. I don't know where that's gonna lead to because
well, Dance
this looks
isn't in the
like
movie,
it's
so
exactly, which
I,
is like, is that
I think that
does it
scene.
mean nothing now?
I think it might have been like future movies. Like, don't worry about it now. Right?
Right. If this movie tanks at the box office, it doesn't matter. Just forget about it.
The
Essentially.
relay. Aztec, don't say much about what Sayaka said, really, because I don't really want actual spoilers. But if they did have a 5-minute uncut Kong versus Godzilla fight, that would be awesome. At least give the monsters and fight scenes about 40 minutes total. Shit, might as well. I think Godzilla had like 20 minutes of screen time in King of the Monsters, 20 something, or I don't know, but then again, I also thought that I thought the screen time for King of the Monsters was too short, but I think that they needed more. They should have had more Rodan and Mothra scenes. But whatever. What do I know? Do you think Bear will compose? I hope so, and if he does, he needs to do the updated Max Steiner King Kong theme. That would be great.
Oh, that would be awesome.
They would have to have some kind of
That would be
mix of
awesome.
like the Godzilla and King Kong themes in like one song for the battle. That would be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Godzilla 10 minutes?
You think Bear would
what do I know?
You think Bear would do an updated version of the score from King Kong versus Godzilla?
That is something I also really want. Make that
Because
like an
remember,
credits.
The Rodan theme had like the Rodan theme had like a drum beat going on in King of the Monsters. I'm thinking, why doesn't he use that style to recreate the,
and
when
the
the
shouting
Islanders
and like the chanting, I mean.
Faroe Island?
Because all that chanting was in that theme.
Everything's in play. Everything's all the possibilities, all the opportunities are right there.
Yes. Do you think we'll get a flashback scene of Kong's
Take it.
No, Vincent, I don't think we'll get a flashback of Kong's parents, but I think we're gonna get some context of where he was during Ghidorah's call. That'll be the most flashback we get, I think. Because we need to see how that affects Skull Island. Reliable?
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
In what realistic way do you see the MonsterVerse continuing beyond Godzilla vs. Kong, provided this movie is not the big finale? Which it might be.
This is really hard for me to say because I don't. This movie has so much going on. I don't actually know how they're going to piece it all together. So I don't know what is. I don't know how they could go on from this because I don't really know what's going to happen. Because there's a lot of stuff in King of the Monsters that I was like, wow, okay. But I mean, this film, like, even though there's leaks and stuff, I have no idea how this is all going to fit together.
Right.
I fuck all clue, honestly.
But in looking at the legal side of things, I know Toho wants to make their own movies again.
And this
means
is the
taking
trilogy.
back the character license.
by 2021, right? And this is
Godzilla.
the trilogy right here. This is the Godzilla 3.
Yeah, I've been
Which some
saying
people
this
don't
for
think that.
years. I've been saying
Yeah.
it for years, and now it's like, all right, it is what it is, you know.
You know what, Vincent? Actually, if Skull Island sank, that would be a cool ending because that's what happened in Son of Kong. So
Hmm.
that'd be interesting. Do you think we'll get a? Yeah, no. Maybe 12 minutes. Yeah, I think it was 12 minutes of screen time. It was. Maybe it was. Maybe it was 20 minutes of monster time. I have no clue. Um, but I mean, think about all like Godzilla's gonna fight Kong. Either both Godzilla or them individually are gonna fight the new Titan Mizuki. Godzilla's gonna have to fight Mecha Godzilla. How, like what?
Of course.
And from that toy leak, there was a little. Now I know the toys are just sets, but there was still a scene where Godzilla and Mecha Godzilla were fighting each other, and Kong was kind of like looking at both of them. So we could have like a three-way battle or something. Which, whatever, blows my
Kong
mind.
has
By
an
the way,
axe.
yeah.
Kong makes tools.
You know what I brought up, by the way? I told this to Jack. Mecha Kong came before Mecha Godzilla. So, I mean,
That is true. 1967
yeah,
versus
they-
1974.
that's the
Right.
OG mech. That's what they should be building in Skull Island. Come on. Element X.
Maybe it just hasn't been leaked yet, and that's what's going to happen in the movie. Mechanic Kong versus Mechagodzilla.
I was shit my pants. Okay, to be honest,
Yeah, I would cream myself.
a lot of Godzilla-gasm. I think a lot of people who were saying no way this movie could top last movie. I think Godzilla versus Kong and Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla tops Godzilla and Ghidorah. Just saying. I mean, I think Godzilla and Kong tops Ghidorah anyway, but I know some people might disagree. But Mechagodzilla, I mean, come on.
I don't know if it's just me, but I kind of saw the Mechagodzilla even before they leaked it. I kind of knew they were going to do it because, well, not only did they bring Mechagodzilla and Kong in Ready Player One, not that it has any relation to the MonsterVerse, but it's like they did do it in some capacity. Toho was okay with this, and I had a strong feeling that it was like they're going to do it. They're going to bring Mechagodzilla into it, and I am both happy that they are, but at the same time, it's fueling my my fear that this movie is going to be an absolute shit show and it's going to bomb.
Yep.
Because it's not going to make any sense.
Yeah. Again, from the beginning, I always said, just make the battle. Godzilla, King Kong. But King of the Monsters is like super expanded the universe. So.
Right.
Spoiler alert, Kong dies from coronavirus. The movie is retitled Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. Yep. Although I think that they're going to market the shit out of Mechagodzilla.
Why Mechagodzilla specifically?
Well, I mean, obviously, like, they're going to show Godzilla fighting Kong, but people are going to say, holy shit, Mechagodzilla's in this movie? We got to see it now. Because I think Mechagodzilla is probably more recognizable than Ghidorah, Rodan, and Mothra. So these are like three of the biggest titles, except for Gamera. So
the thing is,
I'm okay. Just choked up water.
They're packing this into under 2 hours.
I know. Like I said, they
And
have
it's
to
like-
cut human stuff if they want to make it work. Getting pissed, but whatever. It's fucking monitor, man.
So I have a question. Since they're bringing in Mechagodzilla and all these new monsters, are we gonna get the unwanted Godzilla Kong team up that no one wants to see?
You know, for a little bit I thought we were, but now at this point I have no idea. I mean, what I was actually thinking would more likely happen is we'd have like an ending where they're both fighting the same thing. Like I had this idea that like all of the Titans come up and they all try to fight Godzilla and Kong. So they kind of are teaming together, but it's not like they're back to back fighting like one thing.
Mhm.
something like that. Which I still wouldn't like it, but whatever. I think we are in the minority saying we don't want to team up, but because
Because
I
it'd be
think people.
stupid.
I know.
It's a big crowd pleaser, but it's stupid.
It'd be cool for like 2 minutes and be like, all right, we see this all the time. Come on.
Hmm. Yeah.
I'm just excited to see all the Easter eggs. That'll be exciting because I don't know what kind of Easter eggs we're gonna do. King of the Monsters had some good ones.
It did, especially during the credits. They were hinting at a lot of different directions the series could go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But like I said, if Godzilla's out in Godzilla versus Kong, it's like, what else can you do? Because Kong is old and rugged now.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Yeah, that's a tough one. Like, I don't know if he's old or not. It's like it's hard to say. I don't know. Kong ages weird. Like the fact that he's aged this much. Although apparently people said Michael Dougherty said he was like got into radiation or some shit like that. But like he must have been born in like the 1800s, and there's no way that timeline matches up with the comic at all.
If they really start pushing global warming stuff into this movie, it's because of global warming. That's why he's so big.
That wouldn't make sense though.
Back
They
in the
use
day
that
when dinosaurs were alive,
they
right?
use
When the Earth
that
was still
when
hotter.
we had more carbon. They got so fucking big, but no, they're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like they're just not gonna say anything about it. They're just like, oh, he's big boy now. He's big.
Just accept it for what it is.
Yeah, I don't know
because I have a feeling this movie is gonna have a lot of problems, and a lot of neckbeards are gonna nitpick the shit out of the movie. But I have a feeling if you just turn your brain off and enjoy it, it'll be
you're
fine.
gonna have to. I tried to do that with King of the Monsters. I tried to go in the theater and I tried to say like, all right, shut the brain off. Just it's a crazy Godzilla movie. Forget your YouTube. Forget that you have to make a bunch of videos about it. Forget all that crap. And I was like, God damn, there's so much shit I hate about this movie.
I got around to seeing King of the Monsters for the 4th time, and I think the first time around watching it, it was great, but each subsequent time it was just like.
So, what do you think about
boring? But like
20? Keep going. What do you think about 2014's rewatchability? Because I think that film has aged very well.
I think I don't know. People's opinions of the movie had changed like more than once. When it first came out, everyone seemed to love it, and then when Kong Skull Island came out, which I still believe is the superior MonsterVerse movie thus far, Kong Skull Island, right? Everyone was saying what was wrong with Godzilla versus the 2014 Godzilla movie. It was, too much human stuff, not enough monster stuff. They killed off the best character, Bryan Cranston, like a third into the movie. All these problems, right? But now it's 2020. We have Godzilla King of the Monsters, which doesn't have that great rewatchability in my opinion. I went back to see Godzilla 2014, and I'm like, you know what? This movie still holds up for the most part.
Oh yeah, there's some. I mean, the final battle scene is just so much good shots. It's just the CG looks so fucking perfect. Mm-hmm. There are actually moments in King of the Monsters where like that CG is. And I didn't get that at all from Kong Skull Island. The CG in that movie was great. Maybe better than 2014, but
they did stuff in the daytime. They give, they did it. Yeah.
I hope we see some of that. It'll be really fun if that aircraft carrier battle. He's kind of in the storm of Skull Island, and once they get in the island for a battle, it'll be sunny.
That's a good idea.
Because that's what happened to the helicopters. It was like this dark scene, and it was like. Phew. So, are you going to watch the watch along tomorrow for King of the Monsters, or are you going to be working?
Tomorrow I am working till midnight.
Great.
That's the only thing I don't like about my job is that I work nights now, which is fine. School, I don't got school anymore, so
my school's canceled for the year.
Luck of the draw, Yeah, they canceled it for the rest of the year. All the seniors get fucked.
Yeah, I guess I have a sign in my front yard. That's all I have. That's a congratulations 2020. It's like thanks, great.
Nice.
But yeah, so the watch alongs have been kind of fun. I'm interested to see what Doherty tells everybody tomorrow. But yeah, I
Do you
think
think do you think Doherty will speak about the critical and um, box office reception of the movie, or is he just gonna
I don't know.
pretend like it
I
never
feel like
happened?
I feel like Gareth when he joked about like he's like, why would the director cut away? Like it's so old now that like I think he's at the liberty to do that. But like Doherty was involved in GBK, so I don't think he's gonna be too
hmm
vocal about any of that. Which, by the way, scares me that he's involved in Godzilla vs Kong's writing because oh
hmm
my god, the script Zach Shields did a fucking awful job writing that script. Holy shit! I mean the
Remember when
dialogue, not the
everyone
story.
was? Remember when they first announced Mike Doherty and Zach Shields will be writing, and everyone was so happy that they replaced Max Bornstein and
Max Bornstein was fantastic, and Jesus, people are like, oh, he's a co-writer. He didn't do the final draft. Still, his ideas for Kong Skull Island's original script, I think, were pretty cool. He wanted to do the berry juice Easter egg and
Mhm.
everything, so that's all good stuff. But yeah, I mean,
So wait,
the story is fine.
Does Max Bornstein not have any involvement in Godzilla versus Kong at all?
I don't think he does. No, it is
And
GBK though. However, does have the writers' room, which includes Terry Rossio, who wrote Godzilla versus the Griffin. So that's
mhm.
freaking cool. They have like 7
But
writers.
I noticed that there were some Disney writers who are part of the team who have, for the most part, written lackluster Disney movies.
Pacific Rim Uprising's in there. Pirates of the Caribbean,
The
Maze
latter,
Runner.
yeah, the latter Parts of the Caribbean. Lone Survivor was Lone Survivor. What of them did Lone Ranger
Yeah.
reboot? Did they? Yeah.
Again,
Jeez.
but I
I
mean,
don't
they're
know.
kind of just like they're not really physically writing anything though. I mean, when I think of a writer's
I don't
room, I
know.
think just like a group of guys. Like this is what I think, and they're like, all right, let's put these ideas together.
Well,
But
in terms of the writers' room, they all came up with the story, right? They all had
right,
a hand in coming up with the story. It was Chris Rosio, I believe, who
Terry
wrote the
Terry
actual
Rossio.
draft. Terry Rosio, right?
Yeah.
He
Which
wrote the
again,
actual draft.
if you have seen the Godzilla versus the Griffin, the original American Godzilla script, it is good. So
Mhm.
I definitely am okay with that. And I don't even hate the story of King of the Monsters. I just think the dialogue is awful. I think the human characters are, I mean, their interactions are just horse shit.
Mhm.
It's terrible. Mothra, queen of the monsters. Monster Zero. Shut up. It's not the 60s. God.
So I have a question for you. Another one. As you know, Thomas Tull stepped down from Legendary, right?
Yeah, that was a while
And
ago,
that
but he's still a
was
producer
th-
of the
yeah.
Monsters.
But remember, that was Godzilla 2014 came out. He was still CEO. Godzilla
Yep.
Kong Skull Island came out. He was still CEO, right? After
Mhm.
those two movies were good, and then of course there was a huge dip in quality after he left. Do you think Thomas Tull had that sort of Kevin Feige esque like
He left after
position
Kong Skull
overlooking
Island, right?
everything?
He left after Kong Skull
Yeah.
Island. Yeah, okay. Uh, we'll see. Yeah, I don't know. I think
Do you think he had like the same
no,
capacity that
because I don't really think he had
no.
much say in any of it. I think he was he was the guy that was like, okay, let's get the rights to the Toho monsters. He had no involvement in how they were going to be written or put into the story. He was just kind of the guy behind the scenes who was like getting that stuff ready. But I blame Zach Shields. I don't think Zach Shields is a bad guy. I just don't think his writing was good. Um, although I'd have to see who did the final screenplay because that's important to me. But I don't know. I just think the other movies just had better dialogue. Like even Kong Skull Island. Like people say the characters are bad. Okay, maybe the characters are not the greatest, but the dialogue isn't bad. The dialogue is fine, but the I don't know, like the interactions between people in King of the Monsters feels so like puppet like. It's like, ugh, See, I get into this rant every time I scream. Anyway, King of the Monsters was for the fans. Well, they did me a disservice.
Hmm.
I think Mike Doherty
Okay.
had the best of intentions, honestly. I just think his execution
Right.
was flawed. He did good, though. I think he
I mean, the
improved.
movie looks like good. Even I know
Yeah.
there's some parts where the CG looked kind of iffy, but for the most
Oh, yeah.
part, the CGI was cutting edge.
It was pretty good. A lot.
Especially with the way they had the camera work and the CGI blend together. Even though I didn't like the scene they used it in. It was, I can't imagine how they did it. You know.
Yeah. There was one scene that kind of gave me the creeps, and I was in the theater and I was watching, and I was like, wow. It was the scene where Godzilla first came up and he roared. I don't know, maybe it was before Godzilla came up, but it was when Ghidorah kind of like got off of his wings and like started like hissing, and it kind of everything was kind of silent, and the camera like panned back, and it was like, wow, this is pretty creepy. That looks really good.
Hmm.
I was like, and actually, if you look at the concept art, it was in the daytime. Oh my god. Whatever. Yes, I think
Another
Mizuki
question
will
I
be a
got.
secondary villain, by the way.
Gareth Edwards, what has he been up to? He did Rogue One after he did Godzilla, and then he
Nothing.
had a cameo appearance in Last
Did he?
Jedi.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it was a brief appearance, acting. No dialogue, but he was there.
He's probably just
If
riding the
anyone,
money because he probably got a good cut of both movies, honestly.
yeah, but like, what did he? Is he going back to? He said he wanted to focus on smaller scale stuff, but it's been 4 years since Rogue One, and I haven't seen shit.
It's been like it was December 2016.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, who knows? I have no idea. But like when you make probably millions of dollars off of two giant properties, you're probably like, I'm just gonna chill. But Nizuki, yes, I think Nizuki's gonna be a secondary villain. I don't know what the involvement is. I don't. Maybe he's the main villain. I have zero clue. But personally, I think it would just be a cool monster to just have come up and have Kong or Godzilla fight like fast. I'm thinking Nizuki comes from the Hollow Earth, probably. But
Okay. So in Godzilla King of the Monsters, there's this Atlantis sort of structure that Godzilla traveled through.
Yeah.
And the government or military obliterated it to juice up Godzilla. Um, where in the lore does this Atlantis like location fall in the MonsterVerse lore?
Oh my god, I have no clue. Like again, a lot of this shit came out of nowhere.
Hmm.
Jesus. This universe
There,
went crazy.
there are a lot more questions than answers with each movie. We're getting more questions than we are getting answers.
So instead of me just like bitching the whole time, let me actually find who wrote these films.
Okay.
But you know what? I just really hope that freaking the script is better. Because again, the story wasn't terrible. Just the dialogue was just. Let's see.
Speaking of directors, I know every director that has directed a MonsterVerse movie so far has had a good track record.
Pretty small scale
Gareth
experience, though.
Right. But at least their movies were good to begin with. Like Gareth Edwards did Monster, right?
Yeah.
Vote Roberts did some independent stuff that put him on the map. Mike Doherty did, of course, Trick or Treat and Krampus, which
and Adam Wingard has
liked.
done a lot of his horror stuff has been like actually like lower budget though. I know we did Death Note,
but the thing is, he did Blair Witch requel, and then Death Note. His two latest movies were ass, right? And it's like,
so. Oh wait,
you know,
Max Borenstein did the story for King of the Monsters, but it was Doherty and Shields that did the screenplay. So I wonder if Borenstein's still going to be writing.
Okay.
That's weird. Yeah, because the story's by Borenstein, Doherty, and Shields, but god damn.
So who came up with what?
Yeah, that's gonna be.
Who
difficult.
came up with what?
I don't know.
I know the made up word bioacoustics was definitely from Max Borenstein. I can tell you that much.
Yeah. Well, Max Borenstein made the Hollow Earth kind of thing. So actually, a lot of King of the Monsters kind of
Right.
expanded on Kong Skull Island in some ways. So let me look at. Oh my God, is everybody credited as a screenplay? Actually, huh? Here, this is interesting. Godzilla vs Kong. The story is Terry Rossio, Michael Dougherty, and Zach Shields. Same three, but the actual screenplay is by Eric Pearson and Max Borenstein. So interesting.
What the fuck?
I don't know who Eric,
They're switching roles.
I don't know who Eric Pearson is, but Max Borenstein is writing the screenplay. That's all I care about, honestly.
Uh-oh.
Notice that Wingard has no involvement in the writing. But I guess Doherty.
Did Wingard have involvement in writing Blair Witch and Death Note?
No, he did not. I know he didn't have involvement in Death Note, which is why I think people overreacted a little bit. So let's see.
That's why we are quick to defend Adam Wingard.
Yes,
as director, not writer.
Eric Pearson has written a bunch of Avengers books. What the?
Avengers books?
Yeah,
like comic books or like?
Oh, he did the screenplay for Thor Ragnarok and Black Widow. Oh, great.
Oh. Wait, hold on. Uh-oh.
Wait a minute.
Wait, Thor Ragnarok, wasn't that 75% ad-libbed by the actors? Taika Waititi? Uh-oh.
But it's like, but
I know Isa Gonzalez was hyping up this movie to be pretty funny. Uh-oh.
Doherty, he had experience with like Bryan Singer, I think, before writing. So he wasn't like
Bryan Singer.
I know. He was like his apprentice. So this guy Eric Pearson has a bunch of uncredited work. So he did the screenplay for Agent Carter. He has a bunch of uncredited work for Ant-Man, Spider-Man: Homecoming, Pacific Rim Uprising. Oh my God, Avengers: Infinity War, Avengers: Endgame, Pokemon Detective Pikachu. He did a production rewrite.
So he has,
yeah,
changing a character's name. It's spelled like this, not like that. That's his credit. It's $200 check.
What if Michael Bay directed a MonsterVerse movie with Godzilla?
They spelled Mjolnir wrong.
You know what? If Michael Bay directed a Godzilla movie, the action you could promise be pretty good, actually.
I mean, the MonsterVerse is kind of slowly turning into a Transformers franchise. The reason why I keep coming back to these Michael Bay Transformers movies is because each movie they add one or two things to get us to say, okay, well, we got to see it so we can see that one aspect, right?
Robot dinosaurs.
You know, like with Godzilla. Right, robot dinosaurs, Unicron, they're trying so hard to they pick and choose one element to add into the movie to get audiences to say, well, fuck, we don't want to see these movies, but we want to see that specific thing. And that's what they did with Godzilla, King of the Monsters. They were like, okay, we had Godzilla, we had Kong Skull Island. All right, okay, let's add Rodan, Mothra, and King Ghidorah into this movie to sucker us fans into just being like, okay, let's watch it. And now we're like, okay, Godzilla versus Kong. It's not looking like it's going to be as good as we thought it was going to be. And now they're like, stuff Mecha Godzilla into it.
No,
and,
I don't think they're
all this shit.
But
they're adding, it's like each movie they're adding something to get us to say, damn.
No, but
we have to see it now.
I see some course correction in Godzilla versus Kong. So again, like I said, but no, it could be total coincidence that production dropped and King of the Monsters could have honestly just been a goof up. It could have just been one Mike Doherty, Zach Shields collaboration that was a goof, But because we're only talking about one movie compared to two, and it was our first time. So, but there is some elements that I like about this. I like Rosio writing another Godzilla movie. That's exciting. And then Borenstein as a screenwriter is also exciting. So, yeah. Also, Vincent.
Also, and we cannot factor.
Mothra,
we cannot forget to
Mothra and
factor
Kong,
into. Okay. Remember, we can't forget to factor in the release date of Godzilla King of the Monsters, which was right off the presses of Avengers Endgame, right?
Yeah,
I know like the whole month afterwards, a lot of movies. Yeah, that's the thing. There was not superhero fatigue, but box office fatigue. A lot of people went to see Avengers more than once, and they were like, all right, month of May, let's kick back and relax this time, right? On top of that, Aladdin also came out the very same day, which drew in a huge Disney. As much as you say no one cares about Disney movies, believe me, there is a huge population of people who will see Disney movies. So it's like Aladdin made $1 billion or almost $1 billion, right?
Yeah.
And not to mention, I know Disney likes to tamper with critic reviews sometimes.
So yeah, apparently they do.
So
whatever.
Yeah.
Fucking monopoly on this shit. Whatever. So anyway, I want to get back to the trailer because that's what the title of this is. Where is the trailer? What do you want to see from the trailer? I'm interested to hear what you would want from this first one.
Okay. I'm hoping this movie will be not too goofy and not too stupid. I know that's a lot to ask nowadays, but I kind of want a Logan-esque kind of, dour and somber trailer to let you know, oh shit, some shit's gonna happen in this movie.
Like 2014
right?
kind of style.
Exactly, right? Bring it back to, this is a big deal. A lot of people are gonna die. It's gonna be an emotional experience. It's gonna be pretty violent. It's got to be like Logan trailer. The first Logan trailer or teaser trailer captured it perfectly, and I don't want an exact copy of that, but I want that same style.
Yeah.
What if they have like a sad a grand piano rendition of the Godzilla theme, slowed down?
That'd be fun. Or the Kong
for the
theme.
trailer,
I love the Kong theme.
Yeah, the Kong theme too. I want to include the scene of Kong punching Godzilla, or a better looking angle or better looking shot of Kong about to punch Godzilla, and right before they make impact, they cut to Godzilla versus Kong.
Well, yeah, I mean,
coming soon.
I think what I'm predicting, this isn't what I want, but what I'm predicting is they'll have that scene, and then they'll cut to the title, and then they'll have some kind of like Mecha Godzilla tease, even if it's like some kind of robot body part, like just something, and then they'll close it off, basically. Because that's the new thing now. It's like the after credit scene of the trailer. It's like, come on.
We can expect a lot of not so much dialogue, but more just narration through the trailer, and all the human scenes in the trailer is going to be just reaction shots of people looking in the sky. They'll
probably be the returning characters. They'll have Millie Bobby Brown, I think.
Right. So if they're going to do any kind of voiceover in the trailer, like the world, this is it. The world's ending now. We're in the end game now. So who's going to be the one doing the narration for the trailer? My vote is Houston Brooks.
That will be really awesome, but I think they might put Serizawa.
Serizawa?
They might. I think they could do Charles Dance too,
recycled. recycled audio from the previous movies. Let them
Honestly,
fight.
or they could just have them like say random like new dialogue and not explain it.
Mhm.
Which they could do that with
I
Charles
can
Dance.
probably. I guess they kind of since they kind of branded the line "Let them fight" as like the main thing throughout the MonsterVerse. Let them fight. It's like I have a feeling they are going to use a digitally altered Sarazawa voice saying "Let them fight" somewhere in all the trailers and at least 3 times in the movie.
What the fuck? That
Yes,
would be amazing.
they'll find the Sarazawa's office. They're cleaning everything. They find the tape recorder. They listen to it. At the end of it, it says "Let them fight," and then the
Let them
tape goes
fight.
out. There'll be Admiral Stens will have a flashback sequence of that conversation.
I remember the wise man once told me, "Let them fight."
Yeah, they have to. There's no way. It's too Hollywood. You know they're gonna do it.
Yeah, they have
It's
to.
a Hollywood thing to do.
Well, I mean, I was actually surprised that the tag for the movie was "One will fall" and not "Let them fight." Honestly, but if they're going to use that, I think. Have you seen
One will fall.
Jack's fan trailer? Because it's actually probably a good representation of what they'll do.
I have not seen it yet. I did.
It blew
get
up, by the way. It has like 300,000 views.
I know. I was like, I was at work when I saw the notification. I was like, fuck. I need a break.
Well, the reason why is because you put the tags on it, people will watch it. I put tags on my Godzilla Kong 80s trailer, and it got like double the views in a day. And I'm like, oop, should have been doing that.
Tags don't work for me. Maybe it's because I'm not that big yet. But
Yeah.
I put a bunch of tags on the last 5 videos I did. So
is it safe to say we're never gonna get the trash review now? We have no freaking access to anything?
I'll try asking my friend, can I come over to your house and just use your computer for like 10 minutes?
How is your computer that bad? Like, wouldn't you just have to wait longer for it to upload?
Yeah, but I get like 2 megabytes per second. Or
So no one
no,
else
it's
in the
like
house can do anything then.
it's like 500 kilobytes per second, right? So
Okay.
after a minute, it's like it's only a few megabytes. So when I have a 10-minute trash review, that's almost 1 whole gigabyte. It takes 6 hours to upload. And I want to fucking kill myself, but it's like, I don't know.
That's pretty miserable. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I would do it, hit upload and just do something else throughout the day, go to work, come back, but like I have other people living in the house, and when they got me uploading a video sucking up all the internet, it's like it's a shit show.
Yeah, so cinematic trash is retired for now, but sad.
One
We
day
need a
Phoenix will
we need a
rise from the
sequel to your
ashes.
goddamn movie.
Oh, that's gonna school's out, man. That's where I made the video in school, and nowadays it's like I got nothing now. This sucks. I got nothing.
Gojira fan, he says one will fall, Mechagodzilla will be the one who falls. I guarantee it. It would be very literal marketing. June or July for the trailer? Fuck no, unless they announce they're delaying it. But yes, I know
Like
Sarazawa
last
died.
time.
I'm saying you can just ignore continuity for the freaking trailer so you can have Sarazawa. Just take that Godzilla clip. The arrogance of man is thinking nature is in our control, not the other way around. Let them fight. It's pretty epic. Damn, I miss freaking Bill Randa. That was a great character.
Yeah, he only lived halfway into the one movie he was in. Damn.
And listen, I pointed this out in a video a long time ago. So in the 2014 marketing, Bryan Cranston. So Jesus, I keep calling the actors' names. Joe Brody was the one that was in all the narration, right? He
Right.
died. And then Bill Randa had a bunch of narration in the trailer. He died. Then Emma Russell had a bunch of narration in the trailer. She died. All of the
Oh.
nut crazy conspiracy theorist sounding crackpots are in the trailers, and then they die. And then they're proven right, and then they die.
Only difference is Emma Russell was proven wrong.
That's true, and she died in the end.
That's the difference here. Right.
Was she
So
though?
what you're saying?
Was she proven wrong
They
though?
have well,
Because
yeah.
I mean, it's kind of true though that humans and Titans aren't really coexisting. More or less, nature is just taking over all of humanity.
She had a very brief half-assed redemption arc, and that's why it's still like, oh, she changed her mind, she's good now, and then dies, right? I don't count that at all. That doesn't count for me. She's stupid. She was stupid, and she got her comeuppance.
Damn. We know how you feel.
I'm sorry. It is what it is, you know.
I know. But anyway,
So I want Houston Brooks to be the one providing the narration for Godzilla vs. Kong, not necessarily because it comes full circle, because that doesn't really mean anything if he does, but he has the voice. Joe Morton specifically has the voice.
oh yeah, yep.
He has the character background. He's had the biggest impact so far on the franchise as a whole.
He's not
It's
in the
like
cast. He's not in the cast, but he wasn't in the cast in the last movie. Also, like in IMDb,
exactly.
he wasn't listed. So
Exactly. Although there hasn't been any leaks that he is in the cast, either because we're not paying attention or because he really isn't in the movie.
if you want to know the whole movie, go to Method Kaiju's channel. He's uploaded every fucking act of the movie at this point. I'm pretty sure. He did that for King of Monsters. He literally had a video, entire plot, Act 1, and I did a plot leak video for in 2018, and everything was true. And at the time, I was like, Godzilla eats Ghidorah. Get the fuck out of here. What? So that's why I made the video. And I was like, oh, he actually did. I was like, what? But it was kind of like, they were like, he eats Ghidorah. I was like, oh, he just starts eating his body. And I was like, oh, it's just his head. So, yeah. When I saw it in the trailer, it was like, or in the movie theater, I was like, oh my God.
Got another question for you. I know a lot of people want to see, and I think Wingard somebody hinted at that they are making a homage to Kong taking the tree
From what
and
from what
forcing
I've
Godzilla.
seen, from what I've seen, I don't know if this is true that instead Kong just like throws it at his face.
Because I remember Kong used a tree as a weapon in Kong Skull Island for.
But I think he's actually going to use it like
second.
a spear. Like he's actually going to spear it into his face or his mouth.
I mean, if Kong is using an axe of all fucking things, I mean, maybe Kong did master the ability to whittle his own weapons.
I mean, Kong
And have
go.
He has a wagon of spears ready to go.
It's a quiver. I thought he did have like a quiver. I was like, what? Does he have like a backpack on? Like, what the fuck is this, Caveman Kong or something?
If Kong shows up wearing fucking stone armor, I will walk out of the theater. Walk out.
Well, we
Sorry,
know from the toys that Godzilla is going to have some kind of add-on feature to his spines.
Oh no!
You didn't see that? Forgot about that. Red Spine Godzilla. He's called Mega Godzilla.
I thought the whole point of like having burning Godzilla was so that you would have the glowing red along with the spines. I didn't realize that. What?
I don't know. It's in the toy. Have you really haven't seen that yet? What?
I did, but I thought it was just part of something else.
What? No.
I thought it was just.
Jesus.
No.
No, it's part of the. Oh, Kong, its armor, go fucking crazy. Fuck realism. I don't know, Sean. You know what? Shut up, Sean.
Yeah.
You didn't miss too much, Sean. We just basically like bullshit talked about. The movie could be screwed. It could be next year. The trailer is gonna have Max Bornstein's writing it. That's great. Where am I looking? Downloads. I think I called it Godzilla vs Kong Toys. Maybe you didn't see the freaking. Really? The folder is not empty. Actually, dummy.
How big is Mechagodzilla supposed to be?
Oh God, I don't know. Oh, I mean, he's scaled to Godzilla, from what I've seen.
Because understandably, assuming this movie takes place real time, the first time anyone knew about Godzilla, besides Monarch, was in 2014, and now it's 2020. That's only 6 years to build a fully functioning and scaled Mechagodzilla.
Oh wait. We don't know how long they've had the outpost.
So,
I mean, so Houston or no, Aaron Brooks touched down in 1995, so they've probably been building it since. So it's been 25 years. The news probably just got out, but we've had no inkling of information of what that outpost has been doing though. We just know it exists. So
okay.
Let me share this. Spoilers, everybody.
So what did come up? So what did come up with James Conrad, Tom Hiddleston, and Brie Larson's Mason Weaver? What did become of their characters beyond the post-credit scene in Kong Skull Island?
So they during the watch along they mentioned that James Conrad joined Monarch. Actually, he's in the comic for Aftershock apparently.
Okay, I didn't get to read Aftershock.
I didn't either.
So
probably should.
I'm a little behind.
Are you looking at the screen, by the way?
Yeah, I see that.
That's an add-on to his back. And then Mecha Kong doesn't look any different.
So is that for the actual movie, or is that just part of the toy in the toy alone?
Why the hell would they do a giant elaborate Mega Godzilla for a toy?
Well, there's a bunch of MCU toys that have nothing to do with the actual MCU.
So far, Legendary has not done anything like that. So for right now, I'd say it's probably what it is. Toy gimmick, I don't. It's in the other.
You know how Bandai had the Godzilla Fusion series of action figures, and it's like there was no real point to it other than just reissue the toys. They just made with different material and they look different. Yeah. You know, so it's like you're paying money for the same fucking toy. It just looks. It's just part of the quote unquote Fusion series. So I'm thinking, is this Mega Godzilla toy like its own thing?
I think this is funny, by the way, that
because
we already have these toys are already these stores already have these toys in like some database because they have the pictures of them. And what are they going to be sitting on shelves for a year or not? We're sitting in like warehouses, like rotting away because they can't put it up yet. like when King of the Monsters, the toys came out like a few months before the movie. And it's Jesus. They probably had these ready before the date was pushed, but
okay, if anyone watching right now works at Walmart, please sacrifice your job and find these toys hidden on the shelf in the back.
Yes.
And take it home and share it with the world, please.
You know what's funny? I know somebody that works at Walmart. Actually, I'll send you a message. But
I know people that work at Walmart too.
I sent you a private chat on this thing. We got a guy on the inside.
Oh, when did he start working at Walmart?
A couple months ago.
Really?
So, okay. Yeah, he's an essential worker. He said he's like, I think he's doing like boxes and shit. So he could be in the warehouse getting like.
Oh, like I told him, a logistics job. Okay, so that should be more than 15 an hour. Or well, maybe not. I don't know if they adjusted the logistics team.
Sean, I actually didn't buy the toys for the last movie. I'm probably not going to do it for this either. Because I used to like think, oh, figures are cool, but they just sit there. Um,
When I was in fifth grade, I bought a NECA Godzilla 2014 action figure, and that was the latest Godzilla figure I bought.
yeah, I have a
All the
couple.
Godzilla figures I
Mhm.
collected from Bandai and the old classic ones I got at flea markets that were from the 80s. I played with them when I was little, and now that I'm like I'd rather collect movies instead of action figures. It's
Well,
like I don't know what to do with them now.
see,
All my shelf space is taken up by my VHS tapes
I
and
have
my
a
DVDs.
I have a bunch of 2014 figures, but I gave one to my little. I gave the Atomic Roar one to my cousin because he was playing with it, and I was like, just take it. It's annoying as shit. But I have the Chibi figures. I have a bunch of stuff. But yeah, I just don't.
Mhm.
I just never cared to get any of the toys. A lot of them were expensive too, like more than they should be.
I remember the only one I got one of them for free. A friend of mine had a Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2 Bandai that they had, and they said they didn't want it anymore.
Hmm.
So I said, okay, I'll take
Mm.
it. And he gave it to me for free, but remember, he had like 5 siblings, and there's like crayon like all scribbled all over it.
Oh,
So
Sean, where did you get that King of the Monsters stand? Or I mean, how did you get it from Best Buy? Because I've seen it in your videos, and it's a pretty nice display, by the way.
I've seen that too. I wondered how he got that. How'd you get it, Sean? How'd you get it?
Now we wait for Sean to answer. God damn it, Sean. Oh, okay. I don't know. Maybe I should end this stream. I have no idea. I feel like it's dying. We have 3 people watching. It's pretty pathetic. This will get my watch hours up though, which I desperately need right now.
His sister worked at Best Buy and brought it home for him. Nice.
That's pretty good. It's right. You have a Jurassic World one too. So Jesus. All right. I've said all I've needed to say. So
All right.
I don't even know. But yeah, the movie could be delayed. I mean, who said if it would have been delayed, it would have been delayed. They would have done it now. I don't know. I
Well, they
mean,
waited a while to delay it from
yeah,
March
they
all
were
the way to November.
like 4.5 months before. You can jump in, and would you
Yeah.
mind if we waited for Sean to jump in?
No, I don't mind. Keep the
All right.
stream going.
Yep.
Could your computer handle the 3 of us, or?
Yeah, my computer was. I was down. I shouldn't admit this on stream, but I was downloading the entire file of King Kong versus Godzilla, the whole movie in HD, so I could make an edit. But that's what was slowing down my computer. It took me like an hour. That would have
Oh,
taken you
okay.
like a year.
I can't imagine.
How do I stop screen share? What is going on? I used to know how to do this. Oh, there it is. Idiot. All right. Sweet. Now it's off. Awesome.
So, I know you don't think
What?
Godzilla versus Kong has a strong competition, but I think it does.
Okay, I think it is competition, but I think people would rather see it over other movies. Or I think
I
people would definitely say, okay, I have to go see that movie. You know? Or
Mhm.
DVD sales. DVD sales of this movie will be very good. Or download.
Right, but DVD sales, I know they're they're useful, but it's the box office run in the theater. That's what
True.
everyone gets to see, and that's what makes the studio say we need to make more.
I said if they go with this marketing strategy of tying it to like the presidential election, like I vote Kong, I vote Godzilla, that will be perfect. Like this is the real election we care about. I think if they made some goofy marketing like that, I think it could work. Kingdom Monsters. Yes, Kingdom Monsters did have good Blu-ray sales. Yes. Um, but I know what you mean. Like the Blu-ray sales is just a way of like more like the studio making money, but the box office is really like a real test, I guess. Um,
Yeah.
yes,
November 2020.
Oh, wait, I gotta get Sean the link.
Look, because I know a lot of movies got dumped into November, so I'm looking to see which ones.
Christmas season.
Mm.
I don't
So
know.
Black Widow,
There's nothing else that
Soul.
week except for Soul. Soul's the same week. No Time to Die is 5 days later. Black Widow is 2 weeks before. Clifford the Big
Right, but
Red
people
Dog is 2 weeks before. Stay home.
But see, with these Marvel movies, people will go see these movies weeks on end. You know,
This is an end game.
right? But it's like it's the second movie after Endgame, and it's one that people have been wanting for a while. A Black Widow movie, you know.
Yeah, but I don't know. Again, people are capable of seeing 2 movies. I've done that before. I've seen like 3 movies, and I said, "Oh, this movie came out the same weekend, but I'll see it 3 weeks or 2 weeks later."
Right, but not everyone thinks as economically as you do. Some people say, I watch one movie every 2 months, and that's it. Some people still have the mindset, I will see it for free on cable in 5 months'
That's
time,
true.
right? So,
Clifford the Big Red Dog is gonna be pushed back. It's a competing kaiju movie. I'll tell you that.
ever since I made that joke, that's not going to die.
Nope.
Clifford the
God
Big
damn it.
Red Dog,
Shut
obviously.
the fuck up. Oh god. Yeah, that's Alita Battle Angel did all right in theaters, but it did amazing in Blu-ray. Yeah, I mean, again, there's a possibility. It's just like I don't know. I think GVK is coming out like the Thanksgiving weekend. People are coming home from college, or the week before Thanksgiving.
Right.
So that could be good.
But those college people go with their families to see the
Soul.
latest Pixar movie, Soul, you know.
Well, yeah, didn't.
It's a kids movie.
I mean, look at how good like Coco did. That movie did really good. So,
Yeah.
which was a good
That's
movie,
right.
by the way. I saw it. I don't really like those animations, but I thought it was a good movie.
Pixar has a pretty good track record. I thought the Cars 2 wasn't so great, you know, but
Hard. Come on.
Toy Story 4 was good. We didn't need a Toy Story 4, but I'm glad that we have it now. Incredibles 2, we did not really need at all.
It wasn't bad though.
They were really writing on Marvel a lot in that one.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because I know the first Incredibles movie came out before the MCU was a thing, and that's why it still feels like its own contained movie with its own style. And then here comes Incredibles 2 saying, okay, the Marvel superhero movies are huge. We need to make it like that. And that's why.
Like Dogzilla.
Oh, the Dave Pilkey book, Dogzilla.
Wait, what? Wait,
Remember?
why does Clifford look so weird? Is this real images from the movie? What?
Uh-oh.
No way, that's real. No, that's not real. No.
Clifford the Big Red Dog. Is it live action or is it animated?
Yeah, it is live action.
Oh my gosh. At first,
Oh, this looks so bad.
Oh, and Kenan Thompson is in the movie.
You mean
John
Keenan?
Cleese.
Jesus.
So who's going to be the voice of Clifford then? David Allen Greer.
John Goodman. Okay. James Earl Jones.
Morgan Freeman.
Who did Marmaduke?
Marmaduke? Oh, Jeff Goldblum. You think Jeff Goldblum could do a good Clifford?
Yeah, I'll be right back. Just one sec.
Okay.
I'm back. Were you just sitting there in silence? Come on. Jesus Christ. Terrible co-host. Let me find.
Well, when a radio DJ is by himself, what does he do?
Oh fuck! I don't fucking know.
This looks horrifying.
Look at that freaking dog. It would be kind of fun to see those effects though. Oh, dude, what if they did the dog in like a miniature set? Oh my god. Yeah, what the hell?
Do you think Clifford the Big Red Dog is going to be a repeat of Cats, or if it's going to be
It's stealing the
actually
genre. What the?
Is Clifford going to be motion capture, or is it going to be strictly CG?
I have no
Or is it going to be a guy in a suit?
Oh my god, is this really it? No way. No.
Oh no.
Wait, maybe that's mocap.
It's a guy in a suit.
Yeah, no, this is mocap, I think. Yeah. Has to be.
They have to wear red pants. Red shorts.
That's pretty funny. What the hell? Anyway, that's pretty horrifying.
The child actors, imagine what they're going through right now.
Oh, this is scary. Let's see. There's a mobile game for Godzilla vs. Kong. Yeah, I heard about that.
When's that coming out? They didn't even give a release date, I don't
I
think.
don't know. Sean has sent you the link. I don't know. Maybe you messaged me. I don't know.
Why didn't they start reissue the Godzilla PS4 game and just add Kong in an updated version
Yes.
instead of making a whole nother game?
No, because the PS4 is 2-player or 1-player, and that's boring. I want to play it like Injustice. The game was kind of bland, honestly. You just like walk around and destroy generators.
For a franchise with over 30-something movies, there aren't that many mainstream video games.
No. Yeah, they're all pretty bad.
Yeah, there aren't that many to begin with, and the ones that do exist are kind of schlock.
And there's going to be a PS5. They could wait for a PS5 to do that.
All the people wasting money buying PS5s.
Son of Godzilla, Kong, the Wolf Slayer. I told Jack for his review that he should have just like made the whole video a parody, like pretend the movie was real. I was like, that would have been like super April Fools, but he didn't.
So there was a plot description that actually existed for the fake Godzilla Son of Kong movie, but there wasn't a description for Kong Into the Wolf's Lair. All we know is that the title is called Into the Wolf's Lair. So what do you think that could have been about and what the title meant?
Okay, because the second one was like the Nazis, right?
Right.
So, I don't know, Wolfman? Kiko versus Wolfman. Dude, that's Rampage. Ralph and George.
Oh my gosh.
Some people were saying, like, I saw in the comments of, like, Godzilla versus the Wolfman, it was like, add Kong in this, and there you go, that's Rampage. Basically. So, imagine if BioWare made a Godzilla Kaiju game. I have no idea who BioWare is, I'm sorry.
Remember when the second Rampage trailer came out and the wolf the wolf was able to fly, right? And everyone was like, Varan! It's a Varan!
Varan the Unbelievable. Yep. I thought that too. That was a good movie, actually.
It's what I thought it was gonna be. It's exactly what I thought it was gonna be.
It did not deserve those effects. They were very good. I think at this point, apes are like perfected. I don't think I've seen a bad ape in recent history.
I have, judging by I didn't see the movie, but judging by the trailer for Doolittle, the gorilla in that movie, it is just like, oh my gosh, this is what it's stooped down to. Robert Downey Jr., poor man.
Kiko v Manila. Kiko v Manila fighting Manila. Rampage 2 would be amazing. They should do that. I suggested they do it like the actual game where humans turn into monsters, but people didn't like that.
They didn't like it when they did it in Amazing Spider-Man. Why would they like it now?
Skull Island should become the new Monster Island. Yeah, that's been a theory for you. It basically is at this point. Unless they find a new Monster Island, but that's what Gareth wanted. See, I think it's funny that the movies that the directors wanted, Gareth wants a Monster Island movie, and Mike Doherty wants a BC Godzilla movie. These sound like great ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we have these?
So why aren't the great ideas being turned into actual movies?
Because they're taking what they can get. They're making a Godzilla movie. They don't care.
Because Warner Brothers is like, only a small demographic would actually appreciate a real good Godzilla movie.
If a freaking...
We just need something that's going to get teenagers to eat popcorn and watch.
If Legendary came to me and said, we're offering you a big position directing Godzilla's Revenge remake, I would take it in a second.
Godzilla's Revenge remake?
Yeah. Dude, if I could direct...
How would you even...
movie, I would like to see somebody turn that into a horror.
What do you predict the Rotten Tomatoes score will be
for Godzilla vs. Kong?
Yeah.
I'm gonna somewhere in the
other
60s.
than
somewhere in the 60s. King of Monsters is 40.
Other than Marvel, the Black Widow, Soul is the only Disney, I say Disney movie in quotes because it's a Pixar movie which is owned by Disney but still runs independently from Disney. And so far haven't done anything controversial that would make me say, oh, that has Disney's fingerprints all over that and they're acting shady. So far, Pixar stayed clean. So I don't see any way for Disney to tamper with critic reviews.
Yeah.
So I think. So what would you say RT score would be this time around?
I mean, I expect a movie like Soul to get something like in the 90s. So I'd say like Godzilla vs. Kong would probably be like, I'm gonna say 60s because honestly, I know this sounds crappy and I believe in the movie, but versus movies are never received well. Never. Or very rarely they're received well. So I'd say
Kramer versus Kramer was received well.
So what do you think about Kong Skull Island and in 2014 both having 75 on Rotten Tomatoes? Because I think 2014 should be like an 80, 85.
I think Godzilla 2014 getting a 75% makes sense. I think Kong Skull Island deserved a higher score than it got
Really?
because I think low 80s, like 82, 81% would have much suited it. But I know what Beauty and the Beast came out like the exact near the same time,
Yep.
and I have a feeling Disney was like, all right, we need to like orchestrate some things for our benefit, right? So that's why I think when Kong reviews came out at first, they were really high
Yeah.
and they stayed high for a while and then they dipped to the mid 70s much later. And I have a feeling that's because Disney was like tried to put an influx of bad reviews at the last second.
What sucks is that I was robbed of seeing Skull Island in IMAX because Beauty and the Beast took over the second weekend. Who wants to see that in IMAX? Come on. Yeah.
I got to see Kong Skull Island in IMAX 3D, and it was pretty fun.
I'm pretty angry I didn't get to see it in IMAX. Whatever. I guess
What about?
What if Paul?
I do think it's weird that they both got the same exact scores on both Rotten Tomatoes and Metacritic.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that was on accident or if it was like something going on.
See, I think 2014 should be higher and Skull Island should be lower. I think like an 80 and a 70 for both of them. Which both are still are like respectable, but yeah,
it's good middle ground, I guess, for both.
Do you think that King of the Monsters deserves the 42%? Because I do.
42%. Last time I checked, it was 39.
Nah, it's 42 when I looked.
Look, King of.
I think it is rotten.
Oh, okay. I do think I do say it deserved higher than Pacific Rim Uprising, which currently stands at 44%.
What the?
So
Pacific Rim Uprising deserves like a 20. That was the biggest.
I don't know. I think Godzilla King of the Monsters should have gotten a 52, at the highest a 59%, which is, I think its score, the first reported score was a 59% until the massive drop off. But
yeah, Aztec, I've seen the Skull Island countdown.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know how. I think Godzilla versus Kong is going to do better. I think it is. And I'm saying this just because there were reports that before King of the Monsters came out, that early screenings people said it was bad. There were some people that said that, and I've heard nothing but positivity. I've heard people say this is the best in the MonsterVerse. Adam Wingard crushed it. Which again, me and you might say, well, under 2 hours sounds like shit. But if it's conflicting with what other people thought, then we must know fuck all.
Here's my thing.
So
they not only did they postpone the movie, which was already in production for a long time, they postponed it, and the rumor had it was because of heavy reshoots that they were doing because of poor test screenings, right?
I thought it was,
and of course the
20. Are you talking about GVK? I thought they postponed it new reshoots because people didn't like King of the Monsters. That's actually what I thought they were doing.
Oh, cool. At first, they were pretty. They were pretty dead set on going forward. They said they still felt that Godzilla King of the Monsters was successful enough to, go through with it, and they pulled the release date all the way to March because they were that confident with it. So I had a feeling that when they did the test screening, the first test screening, and it had horrible performance, they said, okay, we're fucked up right now. We need to postpone this movie to November and do heavy reshoots, which they did. And so now that they did another test screening that had positive performance, they were like, all right, we're going to release these reviews as official, like as an official announcement, positive test screening. The negative test screening, we're gonna pretend like that's still a rumor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
So
but why would it get out though that like King of the Monsters was? Because I actually didn't or don't remember negative TVK screenings at all, and there was some publicity around the bad King of the Monsters. But what do I know? I don't fucking remember.
well, remember there were when they did test screenings for Godzilla King of the Monsters back in 2018. The test screenings were strong performance. It was
Yeah,
really
it
positive,
got
right?
worse as the screenings went on because it was like
Yeah.
early 2019. I was hearing like whispers in the wind that it was like not good. Great. Oh my god.
So I don't know what like. That's why it's hard to trust test screenings sometimes, you know?
It is. It also depends who's being screened because they could have no idea what they're watching.
Right.
No, do you think this is interesting because they started production on, or I think they started filming in 2018. Do you think they added Mechagodzilla as a second thought and they added that in credit scene or the credits for King of the Monsters to like to add the Mecha teaser? Because like if they had bad ratings, oh fuck, throw Mechagodzilla. Just a thought. I don't know.
We have to consider the fact that when did Godzilla versus Kong start production, right? Actual filming.
I'm pretty sure that King of the Monsters did filming in 2017, and then Godzilla vs Kong ended filming in 2018. I'm
Right.
100% sure. It was like I think it was like October or something, or maybe it was earlier. But so they had the same schedule, filmed 2 years before.
Right. So I don't know why, if they were this far into the movie, how Mechagodzilla being a second thought that they added last minute because of the audience response to the movie. I think that was from the beginning. We just haven't figured out how it fits in and makes sense with the rest of the series.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yet.
There's a lot of stuff about this that I'm kind of I have no idea about this. Wait a minute. Okay, let's see. There's a comment. What? Michael Doherty has an Instagram? I love Garrett's picture.
You didn't know that? I thought you were following it.
No, I follow him on Twitter. I follow Adam Wingard on Instagram. Which he hasn't posted a lot in a while. His posts make me laugh though. He posted that picture of Godzilla dressed as Michael Jackson and Kong as Elvis. Awesome. I want to edit my flare. How do I change my Reddit flare? I want to be a Muto. Ooh, I can be Ghidorah, Rodan, Mothra, Skullcrawler, Kong, Muto. I mean Muto. Anyway, I'm off Reddit. Sean is still not here. Goddamn. What? Ended filming in 2019. Like, are you sure? Maybe. What's going on? Yes, I think despite everything, they're going to release the trailer, or they should. Doesn't mean they will. Like I said, if you're watching earlier, New Mutants released a trailer, and then they had to fix that movie, but the trailer's still there. Like, just get the notice out that it's coming. You know, Black Widow, I know they pushed it, but Black Widow is a trailer. People know that movie's coming out. General people watching TV or something, they have no clue about Godzilla vs. Kong. So we should start getting stuff out. Because even like a picture, that's just an internet thing. Like, that's not going to get to people's TVs. You need a trailer. That's what you need. Oh my god. All right. I'm going to...
I also don't want 100 fucking TV spots. I just want...
Yeah, Kong Skull Island was
teaser trailer, trailer
really
1, trailer
annoying.
2, final trailer, and that's it.
Kong Skull Island was bad with that. Um, I liked what 2014 did. They had they didn't have a final trailer. They had an extended like 4-minute version of their second trailer, which is cool. All right, I'm gonna go get myself a snack. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for Sean. Actually, I'll throw him in here. Um, they should have a crazy long. Oh, sorry, I'm not reading anything correctly. They should because they have a long time to do special effects. Yeah, these special effects are always. Yeah, that's why test screenings are hard because when you're watching test screenings, you're usually watching unfinished shit. For 2014, their test screening was the Halo jump, but they had most of the effects finished. That was pretty smart, actually, because it's a fantastic scene. Like if they test screened like the Arctic battle or something, that would have been awesome. But maybe they let me get Sean in on this. There he is.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. I'm
Sorry.
actually leaving for like 5 seconds so you guys can talk.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's up, Pierce?
Hey, Sean.
How you doing?
What's going on?
Oh, just
I'm
busy as
doing-
shit.
I'm surviving.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I've been super busy. It's like my last week of school, so like ever.
Oh.
So that's cool. But yeah,
Started
so
working,
yeah, sorry, I
and they
missed
have
most
me
of the
working
chat.
nights
Had
now.
company over, and then as soon as I boot up my computer, it's doing updates and that. So you know. Okay, so we're
Lucky
good.
you.
Yeah. Okay, so where are we at in the chat? I'm going to add this to my guest appearance playlist. I made a playlist for every time I show up on a live stream or something, so I can keep track as I've done so many. It's a good way to keep track.
I thought Ryan takes down his
He
live
does.
streams.
He does a lot, but I always make sure to just put it on anyways in case. I don't know why he takes them down. He should just keep them up. It's more fun. Like there's one called like the most epic stream ever. That is literally the most epic stream ever. So, yeah. So, this trailer.
I remember that one. Yeah.
Yeah. So you could do the movie watch tomorrow.
No, I haven't participated in movie watches at all.
Oh,
I'm
they're
busy
fun.
with work.
Yeah,
So-
that's me. It's my one bit of joy
But,
I look forward to in the week.
Yeah.
Just doing the movie watch.
Hey, can Pierce, can you join for the next Cake Every Night? We're gonna do a King Kong versus Godzilla. Could you join for that?
When?
I don't know. I've been trying to set something up, but maybe this weekend. I don't clue.
Well, I go to work tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be free on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday.
I'll let you know about that too, because this is, like I said, this is like my last week of school.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm pretty much done by next Monday or Tuesday. I think by next Monday I can officially be done with everything. So, but by Monday, Tuesday.
I'll ask my boss what the deal is tomorrow.
All right.
So,
we guys watch party. Everyone else started doing it. All that. Yeah, that is pretty cool that Zach did that. So, see, I think Mike Doherty should like live stream. That's what Jordan did the other week.
yeah, like he kind of forgot that he was doing the movie. So, that was it. Like even he jokes about it. He's like, "Oh yeah, I kind of did this." Gareth was the funniest when he took over his Twitter because he's a funny guy.
Like, yeah, he was like shooting shots at himself. Like, he cut away from the action. Oh my god.
No, that's what makes it great. Like, I feel like he would have done the sequel had Disney Star Wars not broken him.
Oh, he was gonna do it.
Yeah, like Star Wars broke him. So I blame Disney. And Rogue One's a movie they reshot quite a bit. So because they have no idea what they're doing with that franchise.
I asked Ryan this, but maybe you know, Sean. So Gareth Edwards did Monster, that indie movie.
I still have yet to see that.
At first, right? Then he did Godzilla 2014. Then he did Star Wars Rogue One, and then he said he wanted to focus on smaller scale projects, not deal with the MonsterVerse. And what has he done since then?
Nothing. He's just taking a break. Like two of some of the biggest, longest running franchises in history takes it out of you.
Yeah.
So I mean, those are two of the longest running. Godzilla's probably the longest running franchise. Because like I mean, you had things like Universal Monsters and that, but those are like not really like they're kind of like they did their own thing and then they kind of stopped. But like if you want to talk about consistently for the past, like 60 plus years, like there's very few that go on as long as the Godzilla franchise does. The closest would be Bond.
Yeah. Monsters is free on YouTube with some ads. All right.
Isn't there another film franchise that runs like much longer than anything?
I can't think of any that's
I
like
forget.
consistently going like that, because I mean, like that's been going continuously for years. I think there's a franchise that has like 50 movies or something. Let's take a look. Most movies in a franchise. It's probably something we've never heard of. You know what? It's probably some porno franchise like Backdoor.
List of film series with more than 20 entries. Let's go all the way down the list to. Okay, yep. There's a series with 80 movies.
What the fuck? What?
The Wong Fei Hung movies. They're Chinese. They've been spanning from 1949 all the way to 1993.
All right,
Wait, what about Naked Gun 33?
And a third. Still, it's 33 and a third.
Come on.
Jeez,
I don't know. Well,
the MCU
that's
has
not enough. That doesn't compare to the 80 that's in here.
Gojira fan, no. No, I mean Kong might be one of the longest in terms of like existence, but not in movies. No.
Yeah.
Hopalong Cassidy has 66 movies. That's
Wow.
That's a Western series. A lot of these are Western series. Santo, Durango Kid, these are all Western movies. Three Musketeers, The Bowery Boys, Super Sentai.
Well, that's a TV show.
Yeah, you have to like draw the line somewhere.
Right, exactly. It's crazy.
It's the meta series movies, actual movies. Himitsu Sentai Gorenger, 1975. Battle Fever J, 1979. These are individual movies that take place within the series.
Wow. There's
Charlie Chan,
Wong Fei Hung.
Billy the Kid.
How do you have 80 movies? 80 fucking movies. Like, how do I watch all of these? Like, are they subtitled? God, that's
Are these even on DVD? Are these even on like?
So the Wong Fei Hung. Then you have something called Hopalong Cassidy.
Actually, I'm looking at the full list. It says this is a list of films featuring the Chinese martial arts master and folk hero of Cantonese ethnicity, Wong Fei Hung. There are 123 movies in total, where possible alternative titles have been included, particularly the official English language titles or literal translations.
Wow, look at all these fucking movies. Holy shnikes.
48. So Mike Doherty's Instagram, by the way, is like brand new, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe it's not brand new.
And the latest movie in the series is 2018, Wong Fei Hung, Return of the King.
Wow. Wow, so many.
Yeah, it is. Mike Doherty's Instagram is 2 days old. Already has like 30 posts.
Well, he's having fun there.
And within the series, they have the Once Upon a Time in China series.
Everybody's having
Jet Li is one of the stars.
Holy shit. That was for Nick. Hey, Pierce, I don't know if I told you, but Nick is coming back to videos soon.
What changed his mind?
I'm not going to get into anything personal, but it's not changing his mind. He physically couldn't before, but now he can. So probably around the summertime. So
okay,
that'll be exciting. How do I get screen share? Bitch, there it is. All right, I want to show this off because I love this. If anybody can actually see.
So what's Mike's name? It's on there.
It's Insta Mike Doherty. This concept art, this is on the book. This is fantastic. So was a lot of the concept art in this movie. Yeah, it's great. This Rodan.
I really hope he
Rodan
does.
concept is better. Anyway,
I hope he really does Trick or Treat too. Have you seen his other movies?
no.
Or no? Oh, you remember Trick or
I
Treat's
saw
the
Trick or
best.
Treat and Krampus.
Trick or
Those
Treat's
are the ones
probably
I've seen.
I'd say Trick or Treat's like the best movie to watch on Halloween. Like that movie.
I know
is-
they had he had a hand in writing X-Men Apocalypse and Return of Superman.
I think Superman Returns.
Yeah, because
Superman Returns.
Brian Singer is working with. So this is a Rodan flight test that he posted. Huh. That's pretty cool.
There's Krampus.
God, that looks so sweet.
Are you to get that giant statue?
It's a better shot of Rodan than anywhere in the movie.
I feel like he
Rodan
gets
was
pretty.
so underutilized.
He has the most fun action sequence in the movie. Like
But
that's
I'm still hopeful because he's alive. So I'm hopeful.
Right.
That,
and the thing is too, like when you start focusing on one, everyone complains you're not focusing on the others. It's at least we got them all in there.
Okay. So this, I think people are talking about this. This is, I think, the Titan, the one we saw in the end scene, the new Muto.
Yeah, that is. It's clearly is. It's Barb. I just love how he gives them all like these names. So I wonder who will
Was this
come
the
and
one
make,
in
like,
Aftershock. His looks kind of like it. Film want to keep this live, but also certain elements on there. So for it's the crown and the dorsal fins. Yeah, I think it's cool. So come on. He's having fun already.
Oh, he is. He's having a good time. So he has fun on Twitter. He seems to be the most excited to share stuff though. Because I think he's probably the biggest fanboy out of the four directors. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. Maybe.
Even Adam Wingard.
Well, Wingard's secret of when he does his stuff, so I appreciate that. Like I remember when he did
his top 10 favorite Godzilla movies. One of Adam Wingard's favorite movies is Hedorah.
that's like his second favorite, I think.
He like destroyed it too, and then everybody freaked out. So
Yeah. No. I'll give Wingard props. Like I remember he was doing this movie called like In the Woods, and then it was like turned out to be a secret sequel to Blair Witch that people found out like a month before the movie came out.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Blair Witch is the only movie to ever make me physically sick in the theater. Like I did not feel good because it was like a
Oh my
footage.
gosh.
Like I loved his.
I don't mind found footage movies, but Blair Witch is. You only needed the original Blair Witch Project. You didn't need the fucking
second
another
or
one.
third. I was looking forward to it.
This is the third one, I think.
Yeah, it was the third one. But like I got sick. Like I left the theater. I wasn't feeling good. But he made another movie that I saw in theaters years ago called You're Next, which I think is probably the best slasher movie of the last decade. That was very, very good, very funny, and like it was basically like an R-rated Home Alone. And like there's some neat twists in there.
Yeah, I did like You're Next, but I did not like Blair Witch nor Death Note.
No,
So
and like I don't think
compared to
I don't
compared to
think
the rest of
Death
the directors, his track record just seems to be the worst.
Right. I didn't see The Guest, but I
Not
heard
gonna
The
lie.
Guest is really good. I hope we're getting like Your Next Adam Wingard or The Guest Adam Wingard. Because like Death Note, I watched that before I watched the whole anime. Like I don't, and it's Willem Dafoe and Ryuk is so perfect in that movie, but everything else around it, like the scenes are cool, but it just doesn't work as a movie.
I don't understand why Legendary Warner Brothers insists on hiring horror movie directors to direct non-horror movies. Because at this point, Mike Doherty did both
Because
Trick or Treat and Krampus, which are horror movies, horror comedies, or at least Krampus was a horror comedy. And this Godzilla King of the Monsters was it's like a generic action movie.
I think I understand.
You know.
Well, Jordan wasn't a horror director when he came in, but he's. I think he's probably like. I feel like secure with him making movies. Like like he knows what he's talking about. And I'm looking forward to when he finally does the Metal Gear movie. I feel like that's in really good hands with him. But yeah, I can get where you're coming from. I mean, but other directors can do different genres. I mean, look at James Wan.
Oh yeah.
James Wan is like a master at horror. Like he does suspenseful sequences better than anybody else. And then he goes and does something like a crazy action.
Fast and Furious 7.
Yeah, Fast and Furious 7. Like, I'll say this has one of the best endings to any movie I've ever seen. I think, like, where they had that scene where they just had like kind of say goodbye to Paul Walker. Given that situation, the way he handled it, I thought he did a really good job. And Aquaman, like, you know, I guess people have issues with the script, but visually, it's the best looking comic book movie I've ever seen. Like, that is,
well,
it's a Saturday morning cartoon, is what that movie is, and I embraced it for that. Like, you know, the issue with that movie is more so script than directing, but like directing, I mean, that movie is like it's absolutely stunning to look at. And you know, you got a fun bad guy. You got Jason Momoa's charisma to carry the movie. I saw something funny today when they posted a happy birthday to Amber Heard. The responses to that have not been very kind.
Jeez.
Oh, fuck her, bro. Amber Heard.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the only reason she gets a pass for anything.
Anyway,
yeah, I was looking at Wingard's filmography. His best rated movie is The Guest, and I hear my friend saw it. He said it's really, really good. So,
see, I think that Doherty underutilized a lot of the potential like horror aspects. I think in Ghidorah he had some touches of it, but I thought it was underutilized. Like I thought that 2014, from a tone perspective, was still a darker movie than any of them.
Well, yeah, visually it's a darker movie because you can't see the third act.
I mean, tonally, it's just a bleak movie.
Right. And what I do appreciate is they're all tonally. Each movie's tonally different. I don't want the same tone for each movie. I don't want like everything to feel the same. So I appreciate each movie having like distinctly different visions, and I hope Wingard's vision is different from the others. I mean, we incorporate elements, but I don't want it to feel like the same movie I saw. I think that's where the issue in some other film franchises get to.
When it comes to like, and I'm probably going to touch on this when I do my King of the Monsters year later video or whatever. I think the one scene that I can look at, or the two that I can compare that show the difference between King of the Monsters in 2014 is when fucking, what the fuck is his name? Oh my god.
So you don't even know what you're talking about.
God damn it. He's such Bradley Whitford's character. I don't remember what the doctor's name is or character or doctor or something, whatever. He's such Stanton, terrible character. Anyway, so in his scene when he was like, Sarazawa, let him fight action, that showed that they were making a meme of their own like universe. They were joking like about something that was totally serious in the first movie, and it kind of took like every time you watch that scene, now Sarazawa is like, oh, it's a joke. It's like, oh, great. It's like, but like whether you think that's a good thing or not, that scene is something I can look at and like that's how they like made the tone for this movie to be. It was, we're gonna take this idea and just have fun. We're just gonna just take it as a joke.
Yeah. Like I said, I think there is I think if you combine the best elements of every film in this universe, you have like a 10 out of 10 movie somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, there's some things in each movie that like score wise, KOTM has the best score. To me, like visually has some of the best. I think it has the most abundance of best shots. Overall, best looking the whole way through. I'd probably say is Skull Island though.
I think Kong is the best effects. CG.
Yeah, best. I think so too. I mean, best battles. I don't know because, like I said, I think the creatures are best in King of the Monsters. Suspense is definitely 2014. Like the way it's built up, for sure. Like I think like emotional
structurally maybe. I don't know. You might disagree with that, but like as a structurally 2014.
No, I
But
said like, suspense wise, it's definitely the best. Tension building for sure. It definitely has the most haunting moments for sure.
yeah,
Uh, Although like there's some like I think the most beautiful moments come in King of the Monsters, especially when you see the moments where like Mothra will come out of her cocoon, and then you'll see the shots of the
Hmm.
waterfall, or like what is it, Mark, when he's going out there on the pier of the Castle Bravo, and then he looks and you see the God rays come down. Like
yeah.
I think there's more to it in that scene. I think because they hinted at some mystical elements going on there. I think they're going to kind of dive into that more with that. Do you kind of know what I'm saying? Because I think Mike did hint that there was some sort of
Yeah.
psychic connection going on. I think there's something going on more than we think, and that's presented in the scene. At least that's what my perspective is. I think there's more going on there than like what's on the surface.
What when Mothra was calling Godzilla?
Right. I think it's almost like she's letting the people know. At least that's my opinion.
I'm really curious to see how like Mothra and Rodan fit into GBK.
Right. Because I mean,
Hmm.
you know what? I got to see them all in a movie, and I never thought that would be possible growing up, but I finally got to see it. I had a great time. All 5 times I saw it in theaters.
I think that when like this is gonna be interesting because I think Rodan, even though I don't like this, I think he's just kind of gonna be like a side character with all the other Titans, like him and Behemoth and all them. Like they're just gonna be the group, so he's not gonna be like as individual anymore.
You
But
never know. He's gonna be. He'll kind
Hmm.
of be the asshole who comes in just to be like, "Oh, He's the Starscream.
do you
He's
think
just
he'll
looking
like
out for
side
himself."
with Godzilla or Kong, or like try to like side with Kong or something?
He'll probably side with Mechagodzilla.
I would love to see Rodan fight Kong. Somebody mentioned that earlier.
Yeah, I want to see Kong interact with the other Toho creations, though. It's going to be crazy seeing him interact with Mechagodzilla.
Kong
Again,
jumps up, grabs Rodan by the wing, and then swings him around into a skyscraper.
and then Rodan will play it off like he'll be like, "No, bro, no, we're cool."
Like I was saying, like they should redo that scene from Kong 33 when he's on the cliff and the bird takes Anne. Just make that Rodan. And just like
Rodan cannot die though. He has to just get his ass beat, and then like he somehow keeps surviving. He's like the Kenny, but not fully dying.
yeah.
He has to be. That's what makes it funnier.
Another Rodan death fake out. Oh my gosh.
I wonder if they'll
One of my favorite moments is just you just get that little moment where right after he Godzilla kills Ghidorah, Rodan comes up and he bows. He's like, and Godzilla just gives him this look like, "You son of a bitch."
Yeah.
I think it's funny. But yeah, like, and Rodan seems to be enjoying himself too when he's taking down the fighter jets. Like he even smiles at one point. So I like how he got like kind of like those more human elements into the Titans, because I think that's what separates them from other creatures. Is obviously they have human characteristics. Like these aren't just typical monsters. This is a fantasy. Like this is not the real world. It's a fantasy.
Mhm.
No, that's something I think Doherty did probably better than
Yeah,
that's
because
probably the one positive I have over all the other movies.
this is a franchise. It needs to have that those human
Especially next
qualities.
movie.
Right, the next movie for sure. You got to tell a lot of the story with the visuals. I hope Wingard can pull this off.
Yep. So Mothra is interesting to me because
Well, boys and girls, I'm gonna have to go.
oh,
right.
what a party pooper.
I'm sorry. Couldn't stick around too. I mean, I was on here for like 2 hours.
Yeah, it's fine.
It was fun. But
All right. Thanks for stopping by.
yeah, I enjoyed talking to you guys. Good to see
Yes.
you. Talk to you again, Sean. Good,
Yeah, we'll
good to be
have to
back
talk
on, Ryan.
Yep.
Yes,
Good to
bring
see
me
you.
back when I can.
Cake
All
every
right.
night.
I'll try joining for Kick every night. Remind me, please. All right, cool. All right. Have fun, guys.
Yeah, all right. Good talking to
See you later.
guys.
So, when I was talking about like Mothra, is that so like they have the egg teaser, but I wonder if she's gonna be in the movie. Like,
I think
at
it'll be
all.
maybe a mid-credit scene, or maybe just a cameo, or maybe she stops the fight.
Or we could have like an egg hatching scene again. That'd be kind of boring actually. But like, I don't know. That's tough.
You know what I'm thinking? You know how I think I know where we're gonna get the Mothra twins, because you know how Zhang Ji is gonna be playing both characters.
Yeah.
I think she's gonna end up with Kyle Chandler's character, and then they're gonna give birth to the Mothra twins, the next generation.
That'd be interesting. Yeah,
I think.
T-Man has a theory that they're gonna like hook up.
Yeah, I thought that in the first movie too. I'm like, oh yeah, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like I said, I'm very much because I don't really know as much about this new movie. I know like kind of little tidbits. I don't know how it's gonna begin. I don't know how it's all gonna end. I don't know the middle act. I don't know how it's all coming together, and I love that aspect of it.
Right. I mean, we have like all these batshit crazy things, and like trying to figure out how they tie together it's ridiculously difficult.
Right, and I'm trying to avoid some of those like leaked discussion videos. I'd rather just talk with people who don't really know. Because and the thing too is like there's so many different theories out there that it's just kind of like okay, there's so many that not all these are obviously going to be true.
Like me and you know like the big like things, but we don't know story elements or events or really anything.
Right, exactly. We don't know like how it's all going to come together. We do know something like there's going to be a fight in Hong Kong. I think that's what we
Yeah.
know. There's going to be something on the island. And that's about it. I know
Also,
they're going to
cool setting for a fight, by the way.
Hong Kong.
Yeah, that's
You know
good.
what I really want to see? I want to see because when they do the big reveal when they've come face to face for the first time, I think it'll be on Skull Island. I want to see Godzilla emerging from the water, and behind him you see the superstorm that surrounds him, and then you see Kong on his island, and then you kind of just have like a wide shot, kind of like how they have the stare down in the Arctic with Godzilla and Ghidorah. You see Godzilla's back to the storm in the water, and Kong standing on his island, like defending his turf,
Yeah.
maybe holding his
Well,
axe or something.
I think, and I mentioned that I'm making a video where I predict like the first act. Basically, I think the aircraft carrier is when they first meet, and the fight like gets taken to Skull Island because that's where I think the carrier is.
Oh, they just got to keep fighting throughout both areas. God, that's
Like, and the only reason why it's not breaking is because it's like anchored. It's like in like shallow water.
right, and they're just going to kind of stand on it, and then I think it's obviously going to get destroyed, but
Or they'll fall off somehow. And
right, that is a cool place for an action sequence. Like I said, they're not going so much for realism anymore.
but yeah, it is like really creative. Like, who would have thought they battle on an aircraft carrier?
Right, and I'm like, and who would have thought Kong would wield a fucking battle axe that he somehow makes? I don't know how that's going to come in, but I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, go crazy. I still can't believe in a big budget Hollywood film they had all the Titans bow at the end of the movie.
I know it's pretty sick.
That to me is like that, and the final shot is really. I think that's the best final shot of all the movies, at least that we've gotten so far. Would you agree in that regards that that's the best final shot?
Yeah, I mean, I think I would say it's the best, but I think they all like kind of are good in their own way because Kong's is kind of like
It mirrors the beginning of the
looking
movie.
into his eye, and it's like, oh, it's like Kong's future. We're wondering what he's looking at and all this crap. And then with 2014, it was kind of like the perfect like beginning end of a Godzilla movie, like back into the water, done.
Right, exactly, and I like that too, and I like how it's a complete story, and it doesn't like because they waited for the success before they really started launching this thing. I think King of the Monsters and all that would have been more successful probably if they had a post credit scene hinting at Kong. But again,
Yeah.
they didn't want to pull a Universal.
But
even
they mention him in the film though.
in 2014.
No, I mean in King of the Monsters.
Oh yeah, they do. They show kind of footage of him on there. I think King of the Monsters would have been better. It would have done better if, say, in 2014 they had like a post-credit scene showcasing a tease of Kong or something. Can you imagine if we had that back in 2014?
Well, we had. I mean, that wasn't until the Comic-Con.
Right, but we still didn't know that they were actually going to make the movie because it wasn't until 2015.
Well, you know what's interesting is that Rob from ETN, he theorized a long time that like they had the rights to Rodan and Mothra like way before the release, like January, March, something like earlier in 2014.
Yeah, they had to have because if you watch the avoid Methyl Kaiju spoiler videos too.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, you're a fan.
Yeah, I mean Methyl's pretty cool. I mean, he subscribed to the channel. I think I've talked to him before, but
I like him. I'm not subscribed to him, and that's not me trying to be mean. I want to avoid it, honestly.
right until after the movie.
After the movie.
Yes, there we go. God, I gotta get some more content out here. My channel has been like pretty quiet. I mean, I did one video in like the past like week or so, and I finally got monetization.
I know.
I made like
said,
$2 so far.
I'm not doing the MonsterVerse like speculation stuff until the trailer because it's like there's nothing to talk about. Like it's just more speculating and just do it here.
Yeah, it's more fun to do this too, and especially have somebody to chit chat with all this fun stuff. For you excited for the watch along tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, I watched King of the Monsters like 2 weeks ago, but
I've seen it like 30 times. I'll watch it again. It's fine. At least like my favorite parts. Like I'll watch some of my favorite moments back and forth. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I have a great time watching the movie. So visually, it's some of the best looking shots in any blockbuster I've ever seen.
I mean,
you had the guy
yeah.
who shot Joker who shot this movie. So
Oh, really?
yeah, he was. I don't know if he won best cinematography. No, it was 1917 that won. But God, what's his name? I'm gonna look it up really quick to see the cinematographer's name was. But
I mean, but that's what kind of got the trailer hype.
Lawrence
How
Shear,
good it
yeah. God, I wish they only would have had the 2 trailers. That second trailer killed the buzz for a lot of the movie, I think. It was just the way the second trailer for KOTM was edited. I don't think it lacked the sense of wonder and awe that the first trailer had. But the third trailer like kind of redeemed it too. If they just had trailers 1 and 3, I think it would have been in better shape. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. Trailer 2 was
that-
kind of there were some like shocking moments, but it was
Right, like going back and watching trailer 2, like I'm just like I just can't go back and watch it really. Like trailer 1 is one of the best trailers for any movie I think that's ever been put. And trailer 3 is also really good. But that first trailer, that's the one they probably I know it sucks because we were so excited when we first saw it, but again, hype dies down after a while. Like it would have been best if they just would have waited. But again,
the first trailer hype was some of the craziest hype ever. That day was ridiculous.
yeah. God, I'm so bummed no fucking Comic-Con this year. Fuck this virus.
It doesn't matter. They're just gonna release everything online anyway, so nothing's gonna be exclusive anymore.
What's this comment here? The trailer for Godzilla vs. Kong is currently held hostage by the icon of sin. Okay. I started to watch along. Can't wait to see what Michael says about King of the Monsters. I listened to with the director's commentary, but like,
I've done that.
yeah, I loan my. Although like, I'm gonna have to watch it through like my Amazon digital copy because I loaned my copies of 2014 and King of the Monsters to my cousin who had never seen them. So and that was like last month before this whole fiasco started.
Yep.
But I have the digital copy, so I'll be okay to watch, assuming my internet doesn't go out. But my 2014 one, it didn't go out during that stream. And Kong, I have my Blu-ray here. So, but yeah, I can't wait to rewatch it. Like I said, I have fun watching those MonsterVerse watch-alongs are a lot of fun, especially when I tweet for my big account. So,
yeah, I would say that I really like the directors of this franchise. I think they're cool.
yeah, they're definitely pretty cool, pretty chill.
Like
Gareth-
with Marvel and DC, there's like a lot of controversy. Like, oh, this guy did this, James Gunn, and Joss Whedon, and it's like these guys are just fans, and they're like,
right, like they're pretty chill, laid back guys. I think because they haven't really like outside of these movies. Well, Gareth Head has directed the biggest movies. Jordan's still going to get Metal Gear. Mike loves his horror and monster stuff, so he got to make the movie he always wanted to make. So I think he's pretty content. And he's probably going to go do some more horror stuff after this because, like I said, he got to live his childhood dream. He literally drew Godzilla in his grade school Bible. Like he loves this shit a lot, and like he's always posting stuff about like movies and stuff. Like he is a huge horror fanatic. But I think he wanted to do something a bit different. That's why you don't get as many horror sequences like you'd expect. I wonder who would direct the 5th film in this universe. I was kind of hoping that if they did Destroy All Monsters, they probably should just get James Wan to do it, but he's busy with Aquaman because he's expressed wanting to make kaiju movies.
you know what? It's so total fantasy, but Guillermo del Toro.
I was about to say that as my second choice because like a way to like he started this new phase and then he kind of ends it, but
Right. That'd be awesome.
Again, I out of all the modern kaiju flick, I think my favorite is still probably Pacific Rim. If you had to hold my arm behind my back and ask me which one's my favorite, it's probably that one. That one is one of the that one like if I were a kid, it'd be like my favorite blockbuster. I can watch that movie all the time. The second one, not so much.
No.
That to me was like one of the most disappointing things I ever sat in the theater. Like I was like it was what I felt like fans when they saw the Phantom Menace, just like so excited to see this new thing, and then they just kind of left the theater. And I tried rewatching it again because I really want to like this movie, but I've only seen it like twice. The final battle is cool, but really outside of that, I think Boyega is a good lead, but fucking killing Mako that early? Are you shitting me? And like, why are we stuck with
that?
And why are we stuck with all these like side characters? It's Independence Day resurgence is what it is. But yeah, I mean, it just disappointed me. And then Charlie Day having brain sex with a kaiju. I mean, Jesus Christ. It seems like a plot from Always Sunny. But yeah, the original Pacific Rim is so good. Why couldn't we just get Del Toro's vision? Like, let the man make his movies. And you can tell, like, when the movie came out, he was pretty quiet about the second movie because he knew. He fucking knew. He got dicked around. He got dicked twice. Like, he got it with Hellboy because they got that shitty third Hellboy movie, which wasn't even Hellboy 3. It was a reboot, which nobody wanted because they wanted the third movie to wrap up the fucking storyline. I was so angry that we never got it. And so we got this terrible reboot that I watched. And I'm like, this movie makes no sense. Like, it's supposed to be a reboot. Yet we're supposed to act like we know this whole entire world. We don't. You have to introduce it to people. It was the new Hellboy was so bad, but it was like I was laughing hysterically at some parts, but it's still like really, really bad. Bottom line, let Del Toro make his movies, unless it's Crimson.
and Del Toro too. Like he, his vision for Pacific Rim. I'm actually making a video about it because. I did some research and I found out who he was writing it with, and the guy he was writing it with, I tweeted to him and I was like, "Can you like tell me the stuff that you guys had?" And he's like, "That's up to Guillermo del Toro." But like, he's like, "We had some crazy stuff."
Oh yeah, Del Toro. I was so happy he made that movie. Like that movie was one of my best experiences. I wish it would have done so much better. Fucking Grown Ups 2 was making more money than it, and I'm like, you fucking people going to see that shit. I know, or was it Grown Ups 1 or 2? I don't know, but fuck that movie. They're both terrible movies. But yeah, I was so bummed Pacific Rim wasn't this huge hit like it should have been. Like, because it's such a good, well-crafted movie, and everybody I know who's watched it really enjoys it. Like everyone.
Yeah, it's not just like a dumb monster movie. It's
well crafted. It's got good characters in it. Like I said, the human element's really strong in that movie, and Idris Elba's great, Ron Perlman especially, Charlie Day and Bern Gorman. I'm trying to think. Charlie Hunnam's a solid lead. He's got, I can't pronounce her name, but I know the actress play Mako was fine too. Like everybody was just likable in that movie. Like I really liked the cast. I really loved the action sequences, especially. But then again, like if 2020 is kind of the end of this like modern resurgence of monster movies, and well, I think 2021 because you got Jurassic World, Dominion, but if it really is the end, it kind of comes full circle when you think about it, because it kind of began in Hong Kong with Pacific Rim, and then it kind of ends in GVK in Hong Kong. So I don't know where their next battle place would be if they were attacking anything in these movies, because Hong Kong's you know what? How about like we've already done New York several times. That's why they did Boston. I'm like, okay, maybe Los Angeles. I don't know if LA's been attacked enough in movies. Well, they did Sydney and Pacific Rim. What about what about Europe? What about London or Paris
Congo.
or something?
Yeah, Congo.
Yeah, I don't know. Japan's been attacked plenty of times in movies, but like let's see some new settings. We did the Arctic. We did San Francisco. We did Boston.
Yeah, no, that was cool too because. Like I live pretty close to Boston, and I was like, "Damn, I've never seen a Boston Godzilla movie." That's
right. Like I'm still waiting for my monster movie, like in Detroit, but
nah, Detroit's already destroyed enough.
Well, to be fair, a lot of it's been rebuilt and gentrified. A lot of like downtown was pretty nice nowadays. Like they built some new arenas and stuff. It's
More
kind of just
reason
the
to have.
outskirts.
Oh yeah, because they got rid of the Joe Louis Arena and all that shit, and then
Oh yeah, Joe
Little
Louis.
Caesars.
Little Caesars is a very nice arena, though. My God, Chicago. Yeah, they could. Well, to be fair, Rampage happened in Chicago, so we already
Oh
got
yeah,
monsters in there.
that's right.
Detroit. I want to see Detroit. I think Jordan Vaught Roberts was making a Detroit monster movie.
Dallas.
Yeah, Texas. Screw it. Let's see
I
monsters in
mean,
Texas.
you know what would be a cool one? Like Seattle. It's like pretty dark and rainy and shit. I don't know.
I don't know.
And, like,
I'm sick of rain. I'm sick of rain battles at this point. I want to see like.
it'll be cool. Kong climbing the Space Needle.
Oh yeah, that'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah. But yeah, Hong Kong is cool. Because it's
Canada. Yeah,
like-
they can. Toronto would be neat because they can emerge like right out of like the Titans can emerge right out of the Great Lakes. They can attack different. If we're thinking of cities, Disney World. Oh, hell's yeah! Have the monsters destroy Disney World. That would make my day. It's like, can you imagine?
No, Disney would sabotage the whole movie.
No, you can show places like that getting destroyed in movies. If you can show Boston getting wrecked in a movie, you can show Disney World getting just destroyed. I mean, freaking South Park had Mickey Mouse kill a bunch of people. So,
Oh my god, you know what's great? I started watching South Park, and like a couple episodes in, when it was like that Mecha Godzilla Mothra, like
Streisand, Mecha
oh my
Streisand.
god, it was fantastic.
Oh, South Park is like one of my all-time favorite shows. I own like every
The
episode.
parody was like good. Like they knew what they were doing.
Oh, Trey and Matt are some of the best when it comes to this shit. They've been consistently funny. They don't cave into cancel culture or anything like that. They make fun of everybody, and they're brilliant at it. There's oh man, you finally just started watching. You've never really watched it before.
Yeah, started watching on Hulu. I'm like probably 10 episodes in, so it's nothing crazy.
Oh no, it gets way better as it keeps going. My favorite episode is in like season 15. It's called Broadway Bro Down. That's definitely one of them. They parody like anime things too. They parody and make fun of everything, so you can kind of tell like the year things came out because they make their episodes in like a week.
Yeah, 6 days.
Yep, 6 days to air. I mean, they obviously come up with ideas beforehand, but yeah, like Broadway Bro Down is like probably. And season 8, there's another episode called Aspen where they go to Aspen, Colorado, and they gets kind of like it parodies like an 80s like sports movie, and just randomly happens. And then they also get stuck in these timeshare meetings because like everywhere they go, it's like timeshare this. I own a piece of, and they just get like constantly harassed. It's pretty great. Just some funny shit. Just some funny shit. But yeah, South Park is great. I love it. I have to go back and watch it. Or Whale Whores, which is a funny one. Oh god, there's another one where they have you heard they do something to Indiana Jones, and let's just say it's it's pretty graphic.
Oh no.
And it's like with Spielberg and Lucas, because it came out like after Crystal Skull, and a lot of people didn't like Crystal Skull, so it's basically like Lucas and Spielberg doing things to Indiana Jones, and the fans are just like, no.
Yeah, I think James Wan would do a Monsterverse movie. By the way, this guy.
James Wan definitely would. He's a fan. I've seen it. He would be great. Like he could. God, I want to see him do Destroy All Monsters. That's been my pick, but he's kind of be doing Aquaman 2. But James Wan, he likes the challenge. But the problem with the thing that disappoints me with James Wan is he always skips the third movie. He's not gonna. If they do an Aquaman 3, he's not gonna do it because he always leaves after 2. Insidious 1 and 2, he leaves, and Leigh Whannell makes the third one. But Leigh Whannell has actually turned out to be a pretty damn good director because he did Insidious 3, then he went and did Upgrade, which is the better version of the movie Venom, although you missed the Venom personality. And they just did Invisible Man, which I thought was really, really good. But yeah, James Wan, and then The Conjuring. He did Conjuring 1, good, really good horror movie. Conjuring 2, in my opinion, even a lot better. And then you get the guy did La Llorona doing Conjuring 3, and now I'm just nervous because, well, it should be James Wan because James Wan knows how to make some damn good scares, but I'm not sure how this guy's going to make Conjuring 3. Hopefully he does better.
So I don't know,
Godzilla and King Ghidorah fight new Mombasa from Halo. Yeah, it could be neat.
oh jeez.
He's not trying to be hit with a third movie curse. Well, you can still do the third movie just fine. I think people just chicken out when it comes to the third movie. Do it. You can do it. I just watched Rocky 3 tonight. Stallone didn't chicken out with the third Rocky movie. He made a damn good movie. Back to the Future 3 is great. Toy Story 3 is really great. I really like Dark Knight Rises. I know some people don't, but Avengers 3 is the best of the Avengers movies. Hey, I'm just saying you can still do the third movie.
I'm gonna try to wrap this up soon because I've been going on this way too long.
Yeah, how long is your stream going on? Oh, over 2 hours.
Yeah,
I forget when I joined in. I joined in like
an hour 40 maybe.
I joined. Let's see, about 45 minutes ago, roughly 44.
Yeah.
So the streams are going on for 2 hours. Yeah, just something like that. But yeah. So what else did I miss? Because I missed like the first like hour and a half or so.
Really, all we talked about was speculating when the trailer would come. I basically said just release something, even if you have to push the movie back. New Mutants put out a trailer, then they had to change that movie, and just get something out there, get the word out because people don't know about it. And basically, that's all I said. And we looked at the writers. We figured out Max Borenstein is back writing the screenplay, which makes me happy.
Is he really? Where did you see him? It was Terry Rossio writing the script. Because Borenstein's script.
Listen, the story is by Rossio, Doherty, and Borenstein, and the screenplay is by Eric Pearsons, who did Thor Ragnarok, and Max Borenstein.
Really? I see screenplay by Terry Rossio. Where are you seeing these credits?
IMDb.
Is IMDb accurate though? Because IMDb can be wrong about a lot of things. I think we're waiting for the official press release. I think it said.
I compared it to the King of the Monsters one. Basically the same exact. Because
King of the Monsters been out for a while, so.
King of the Monsters, the story was still by Borenstein apparently.
Well, he gets story credit for even though he didn't really do much with it because he worked on the original script. He was part of the development phase. So if you're part of any form of the Eric Pearson, because it said it was by Terry Rossio, I thought, writing it. I don't know, because there was that whole writer's room too.
Right. I think he's just the head of the story, writing the story, but the actual screenplay I saw Pearson's and Borenstein.
Yeah, who is this Pearson guy? What's
he
wrote?
He's done Thor Ragnarok and Black Widow and Agent Carter.
So he did a lot of Marvel shit.
And he's written some Marvel books, I know.
Well, let's see. Was he the only writer on Thor Ragnarok? Writers? Oh, he was one of the writers. There's a lot of different writers on Thor Ragnarok. Black Widow. I heard some things about the movie. It might not be that great. I think it'll be kind of just generic. At least that's my opinion. But we'll see. I hope it's good.
That's not really all you missed, though. We just kind of looked at that.
Just kind of chit-chatted for a bit.
Yeah, but either way, I mean, I'm happy that if Borenstein's doing the screenplay, that's even better. And if Terry Rossio's doing the story, that's great because Godzilla vs. the Griffin was pretty cool.
And I know he did some pirate stuff, but I think he's done some great stuff before too. I think he was the original person behind Aladdin and Shrek.
Huh.
Yeah, let's see his script stays written. Writer, Little Monsters, no. Aladdin, Men in Black, Mask of Zorro. He was credited on the original 98 film, but that's because he worked on the original scripts before they changed it. Road to El Dorado, Shrek, is definitely one. Pirates of the Caribbean 1. I think he's written pretty much all the Pirates movies. But even then, those movies kind of get messy too. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's really all you missed. But I do want to wrap this up because it's freaking late. So, but yeah, we'll hope the trailer comes out soon. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. I'm thinking sometime in May. So
it's got to be May. I'd say by May 20th. If we don't get a trailer, then I'm going to be a sad panda.
Then it's delayed. That's just the end of the line. So thanks everybody for coming by. Go subscribe to Sean. He's over 1,000 now, so I guess pushing for 2.
Yeah, I'm about 1,050 now, and I'm not really posting really much content, but I'm doing like community posts right now, and those are getting.
Your community posts get a lot of freaking likes
Oh, I know. I like my community posts because I just interact with a lot of people. Like one I just did has like my last community post is like almost 80 likes.
because you're baiting them with the Robin and freaking Raven shit.
I know.
Oh god. Anyway, thanks everybody for coming. So
Yeah.
cake every night. Not really, but
Yeah.
whatever.
No, actually, really, because cake every night is a great idea that everybody should consume
Yeah,
cake.
go check that out. Cake every night and eat cake every night.
Yes, eat it every night.